It's 3 minute delay. Can you speak quickly?
Hello, hello, hello. Hold on, I can move my mic as well. It's quite far away from me at the moment.
No, that seems fine actually. Like it's the
Okay.
volume seems good. Can they hear me? Looks like they can. I reckon some music is in order. What kind of fucking with? Oh, actually, exactly what song music.
If it's not Weekend Whip, then I don't care.
Yeah, that's it. Real quick. I probably should have shaved. Realizing how
I've
bad
got
my beard is right now.
I've got a mustache, so you're fine.
I have both.
Yeah, but
So
I've only got a mustache. Yeah, but you're gonna be on camera to be fair.
yeah,
Wait,
right.
you're gonna keep your face cam there the entire time as well? That's fire. That is fire.
Should I not? Should I not have the camera on?
You don't have to, but you can if you want.
Let them bask in my glory.
Holy Conjikar, Autumn, Mystics, and Rejects. Holy picked attack on like every single map.
Why?
I don't know what his plan was. He picked attack for Nighthaven.
Oh, dude, I did not change the stream title. Oh, actually, you know what? The stream title technically doesn't change much. It just says it's finally here. Am I even streaming
It's
the right?
finally here, the
Oh,
GNL Grand Finals!
wait, I'm not even streaming the right game.
What game are we? What game is this right now?
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Professional casters. Professional casters.
Casting GNL Grand Finals. There we go.
Maybe.
Perfectly on time. Technically, still here before all of the players. So.
Yeah.
Doing immaculate,
Start
I'd
very
say.
soon though. If that are honestly, yeah, exactly. To be fair, part of that is down to my fault because I thought Holy was inviting the other players, and
No,
I was
we
actually
can
the one that had to invite them.
blame Holy. I think that's fine.
Let's
I
check
have no
everyone's
issue.
KD. This is important here.
Also, just for
1.1.
reference, I know the people on Flotation Station, so I will be harsh on them because it's funny, and as they are my friends,
I know
will
one
be
of the
mean.
people. To be fair,
I can
looking
be
at
more
Flotation
critical
Station,
because I know
I do have a better KD than every single one of them.
That's funny. Then Holy as
Look
well.
at this.
Actually, that's not that hard.
We ignore the rank. The rank doesn't matter, but you know.
The rank definitely matters.
No, because you still face, like, as a fucking kid in MMR, you still face, like, champs and
No, that
titans,
is true,
like,
that
every
is
game
true.
anyway.
Also, I do like the whole GNL Grand Final overlay there in Galgano.
Yeah. Do you want to see that? Hold on, I can show, while we're waiting for everyone to be ready, I can quickly show, oh, I closed it down. Oh, no, I didn't, that's on OBS, hold on. I can quickly show off little map bands here.
Mm-hmm. You know,
It's hard to...
For reference. Oh, okay, wait, this is sick. I do like the map band section. Wait.
Yeah, this is just free with map band
Console
GG.
last map is crazy. Hey yo.
I thought that was last map.
I should preface there's a 3-minute delay, and they will be seeing the fact that there's a 3-minute delay 3 minutes later. The fuck?
Alright, that's crazy. Controller final map is cool. Okay, let me quickly check if they've gone R now. Let me quickly change it back.
Okay, the thing is, I was gonna be funny and suggest that you put on the 3-minute delay, and then I realized that it would be so much harder.
But we couldn't cast. I couldn't cast. It literally would be you solo. It's either you could still speak to chat, and then you have to solo cast, or you at least have someone to cast with.
Yeah, no.
R question mark. Let's check the R's.
R's.
Okay, Blame Esports is R. We're looking for an R from Flotation Station here, so we can start off this grand
Oh,
final.
that's okay. So
Reminder,
there
by the
is.
way,
It looks like there is still like a slight delay, like within like a few seconds.
Oh, okay. If you speed it up, if you like go all the way to.
Fuck you mean if I?
If genuinely, if you go to, you know how you can
Oh,
speed
like
up a video.
like drag it over. Or
Yeah,
playback
drag the
speed.
playback speed to the max. Yeah, drag the playback speed to the max, and it will literally put you all the way back up to live, or as live as you can go.
Alright, so I'm gonna put it. Do I keep it at 2 times speed?
Keep it 2 times speed, because then when it reaches how live it can get, it will then go back to 1 time speed.
Oh shit, okay.
That
Oh,
should
it
work.
did! Wait, that actually... That's kind of cool. I did not know it did that.
I didn't know that until I saw High Bear do it.
Yeah, no. That's one of... New tech.
Pick 2 card. Uno reverse.
Guys, do I drop...
Got you.
Hold on, I just remembered. I should totally drop a tweet that I'm...
You should.
Let me...
Oh, no link in stream? Yes, there is. There is a link.
There's a link in
Idiot.
stream.
This guy said there's no link in the chat. There literally is a link. This bozo, bro.
Hold on, I gotta
You
open up
literally
my
put it
Twitter. I logged in on Twitter. No, I'm not. Hey guys, you wanna see my password for Twitter?
Link is here, bozo.
Oh, I should probably put my stream link. Hey, don't go.
This weekend we're actually playing.
Yes,
right
it
now.
is. It absolutely.
That's absolutely fine.
Dude,
Not much we can actually do. Other than let's talk about the map quickly.
Should I put my
What's your
stream
thoughts on
link?
Nighthaven?
Oh, what's my thoughts on Nighthaven? I think it's a great map. See, a lot of people I think don't like Nighthaven. It is kind of defender biased, I feel, which makes me question the fact that Holy's team picked attack first. Or actually, sorry, if you want to go.
They did, you're right.
Okay, because I was like 90% sure that's what I saw, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But no, it's... Sorry. It's a good map. I think people give it more hate than it deserves.
The GNL Grand Final is underway! Y'all got Rust Money? Nope.
Dude, go look at the tweet.
Oh.
Guys, is this a fire tweet? Throw me to the wolves and I'll come back a father.
There we go.
I'm bringing some viewers. Thank me later. I'll thank you right now. Thank you, Pineapple. Hell yeah.
Alright, so first of all, we do have the first ban coming up from Blaine Esports. I'll be very surprised if we don't see at least one of these teams ban out the Blackbeard right now.
I don't know. I feel okay. This is my hot take. I think Blackbeard is actually easier to kill than a lot of the shield offs at the current state of the game. Like Blackbeard is annoying.
I think
Don't
it
get me
depends if
wrong.
you're against a good Blackbeard. I think it depends if you're against a good Blackbeard. If you're against a good Blackbeard,
That's
you're not
fair.
killing him.
I think that's very fair. Maybe I'm biased just because this is GNL that I'm like. There's a
Hey, we're
solid
GNL Grand
possibility.
Finalists. We're GNL Grand Finalists.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't hate the Maverick ban though. I don't hate the Maverick ban, seeing it come out. Obviously, it makes the walls a lot harder to get open. You can ban a trick maybe a little bit easier on the external basement walls. Obviously, with the top floor wall, you still have to be careful about... Is my Discord overlay going to be able to be seen?
Yes, it is.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
Oh no. How do I turn that off?
Go into Discord and disable that. That's funny.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Wait, does streamer mode?
Yeah, streamer mode should stop it.
Because I don't get pings then.
Oh my
Okay, I've enabled
god,
streamer mode.
Zoinks is alive, and Zoinks with the T1. Fuck yes, Zoinks. Holy shit.
Oh no, I got the glitch. I love this glitch. Do you love when... Tell me if it's still fine on stream.
Does that say fucking 180 hertz? What monitor do you get that is 180?
Okay, is the stream still fine? Can you still see the game perfectly fine?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Okay, just making sure because obviously I had the alt tab glitch where it froze. But Clash is first out, coming out for Blame Esports. I want to see how Flotation Station try to adapt, and Holy instantly on the Blackbeard. Not surprised to see at least one of the shield operators coming out from Flotation Station, just because how good you can use a shield to just instantly get control of the rafters area.
Yeah, also the other thing is, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it by now, Clash is getting a rework next season, so it is going to be nice. I do like that we've seen a bit more Clash play in the past like couple months. I'm not, obviously I haven't kept up too much with Pro League, but I feel like I've seen Clash more prevalent recently. And I don't know if that is like chalked up to the fact that people notice, oh, she's getting a rework, we should use her while she's still good. Or is there already an error? What do you mean he's bugged?
Is he bugged?
Or can he not move? What?
He's not bugged.
Oh.
Ray's literally lying.
Okay, wait, no.
Oh, but the Rogers!
Oh! Wait, this is actually massive. They don't see him coming? Okay. Okay, very questionable by Holy. I think if you are headlining a rush with a shield, you are not ADSing right off combat. They've opened the wall, Mira's getting another picks. One defender down, Clash is coming over. Honestly, it doesn't look good for the attacking team. They still have no ground coverage. They have the top of Aqua. It's kind of jack shit. We got
Maybe they are bugged.
Oh, they absolutely are bugged. They absolutely are bugged.
I think this is their mouse just broken though. I don't think this is actually the game. Oh, but Mira goes down at least.
So that is 2 down for the hackers.
The
it is Mystic alone though, so it is questionable. 1v3. The Clash he doesn't really have to worry about though, although he's probably not aware of it. If he can just kill this guy on Raptors, he kind of just wins. Dude, Mystic. Watch the Clash. Just stare at the Clash and kill him. Oh, wait, I didn't even realize the other two are kind of just trapped on. Dude, he's just spinning around.
Oh, but it's a beautiful shot from Pineapple.
Yeah, no, that was a good shot by Pineapple. Using the mirror to their advantage. I didn't even notice the mirror get shot open. Has already saying Pineapple will destroy them. I'm looking good for Pineapple.
I've got to say though, you mentioned it instantly. Holy doesn't need an ADS there. He can just make his presence feel known by just walking up, making them feel uncomfortable, and then having his teammates behind him frag out.
Absolutely.
Sort of like maybe playing it like a Monty.
Absolutely. All that needed to happen there was he could have just crouched at the door, I think would have been the ideal position. Have his teammate play off of him. He is a portable mirror. I think people kind of get blindsided by the fact that, oh, Blackbeard has a gun, therefore I should him as a gun operator, because they're, it is understandable. He was just a strong operator for a while with a face shield. He's a very different playstyle now though, and people need to realize that, especially Holy. Because what the fuck are you doing?
I just saw a great person speaking about Blackbeard, and it was actually Volsper. He said there's not even any point in running the Iron Sights because, one, the ACOR is just better in general, and you should never really be ADSing in a 1v1 situation with Blackbeard anyway, because shield priority isn't a thing anymore with the melees, but Blackbeard technically does have it if you use the ability. The ability has priority.
Yes. No, you're not wrong. I totally forgot about that. Oh, dude, does he have the bug again? No, if he's still... Yeah, it has to be his man.
It's your mouse, bro. This ain't the game. This ain't a real bug.
No, it has to be his mouse if he's switching off like that. Bro, can I lower the music? Oh, absolutely.
I don't know many people that podcast. Also, this is something that's been bringing up a lot recently with obviously its buff. The G560 has become very much more just popular with the fact that it's been buffed and the recoil is just less and easier to manage.
Yeah, no. Okay, I don't know if you see in specs, it looks like the recoil is changing a bit, but just seeing the kids switching weapons every now and then is really funny.
It is very funny, to be fair. But he's still got C4, so he can still use that without switching weapons. That would actually negate his weapon switching, so that's still a little bit of utility he can use. And he can obviously get on these cameras, give the information out to his teammates. And the fact that they didn't bring an IQ, maybe not knowing that the Valkyrie was on the board, is very much detriment. But look at this, a lot of damage going to be done to the Warden, pushing him away. And it's very good map control coming out from Flotation Station, being able to take control of this entire second floor, apart from the Legion, who could come on for a lake flank if the flank drones are not watched.
I think, okay, the Legion's in a really good position to flank here, but not only because of that, because of the Valcam. He has this intel, because they are kind of, hello? Ram? What are you listening to, mate? What? Oh, okay, Valkyrie going down as well. They still have this cam on the Ashe, I believe, though. The whole team's down Exo. Horton's deep. Horton's really deep. Kind of pinching himself out there. Again, we're getting this Monty kind of going for these AF shots. doesn't really matter. I am a little astonished that plant isn't being attempted currently, but I didn't realize Horton in with defrag's in the 1v1. There's not much you can fucking do. You got a Monty shooting you from one side, another shooting
And he
you from the
can't use
other.
his gun because he's switching
Yeah,
constantly.
yeah, he literally can't even shoot. Like, that's not even on him. That is kind of just... That is just a thing. Like, that's just unlucky, I guess. I'm 90% sure that is a mouse issue. He should absolutely do it, though. If that is what's required. I'd say unplug your mouse, plug it back in. Monty's not having any problems? No. Monty's having no issues.
The main problem is this round will count because of the fact that if you want a situation to be fixed, you ask for a tech timeout and they never ask for it. Yes, the rules inside of GNL is you only get one of them. So maybe they wanted to save it for later on in the game, but at the same time, that does hurt them because maybe they could have won that round out. I doubt it just because how well Flotation Station were able to keep under control, and even when the flank did come in, the Ash was perfect, able to get the double kill and keep the man count in their favor, and then they were able to, if the Cade maybe... To be fair, I will say Flotation Station made a massive mistake by just running deep with the diffuser, which...
Yeah, that was very questionable.
Probably could have planted it.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Monty was pushed up. Just play behind him.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, continue.
But he got... I can say they got the double kill, they won the round out. Yes, unfortunate situation for the Cade, but again, it is Blame Esports. The only person you can blame is Blame Esports because they didn't call the tech timeout.
Yeah, I mean, they had the opportunity. Like, I can see the vision that it was you're waiting until like round 2 to see maybe it fixed between rounds. But you did have all of prep phase to call that tech timeout. That was something they absolutely should have.
They also get 15 seconds into the round. Fun fact.
Really?
And the thing is, you get 15 seconds into the round to still call a tech timeout unless someone dies. Unless someone dies in those 15 seconds, that's when it's done. You can't ask for it anymore. Because it was a fun fact actually. I can't remember what team it was, but there was a spawn kill that they thought was illegal, so they all just left the game. Didn't wait for. Because what you should do in that situation is play the round out and then protest it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you leave, the game is over and the other team has won by 4. Fun fact. But let's hope that Frag's issue has been resorted because it definitely seemed to be a mouse issue.
Yeah,
so
like, I would not be surprised if by the time that they're back in here, that it is still taking place and is still happening. Because once again...
But it says, again, they can ask for a tech timeout.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they do have the opportunity.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So we got this nice, very nice resort. That is Night Haven Labs. Wonderful palm tree.
Is it a resort? It's not a resort, it's a lab.
It is a lab, but look at... Okay, I think if you have, like, this nice little... Also, call it a lab. Aside from, like, EXO, this kind of is just, like, a little...
To be fair, I'd love to be in that. I'd love playing a little bit of pool in the games room. That'd be, kind of a little bit fun.
Like, this does not... Can I move my cam up, or...? Yes.
Oh, your cam. I moved the actual, like, spectator cam. Looking at the lineup,
Sorry,
interesting to see. Warden looks like he's about to be playing top vending with the shotgun and shield. I've never seen this strat before, so I'm interested to see how it will come out, especially with the fact that the freezer wall is going to be staying soft. So it's definitely going to be hard for him to just stay alive. And the drones are coming out. They know that this setup is here, but it's a very heavy extension and roam coming out from Blame Esports here. And I do like that Holy has doubled down on the Monty to be able to help clear out all these roamers.
Yeah, this is very interesting, because we know Holy very personally. It is strange to see him on these shield off, and it seems like this is kind of his role on this team at this point. Although you can kind of tell he's not used to playing them, because he has this tendency to ADM big gunfights. And, as a Monty, that is scary. Yeah, right? Like, oh, the wallbang from Zarya, that is rough. This is kind of one of those situations where you do need the ram to be made. Because, yeah, replacing a breaching charge there, you're asking to get shot. Good flank from Mystic. Looks like he's about to get refragged out by DPRS. Yep, there it goes. They don't know the Legion's out because the Monty isn't taking a lot of control. He's aware of the guy on shield, but that's it. He doesn't take past it. The Monty's needs to be used as a drone at this point. Looks like the main breach is open though.
Monty's very isolated as well. He's very much on his own and now put all the way down to 1 HP, having to fully extend to make sure he doesn't lose his life here. But the Legion is also put onto similar HP. So now the roam game is going to completely just fall off. C4 wasted so it doesn't land onto the Monty, maybe expecting him to run across. But curious enough, I'm pretty sure they still have at least the Vault cams. Warden is watching something. It doesn't say what, but it says he's watching. So there's something going on there. But with the how long is left of the timer and the fact that Holy's now down to a goo mine, it looks very unlikely the flotation station can really win this round out, and especially with the next bit gonna go in favor of the Cade. Now we're sitting in a pseudo 1v4 if Holy can't get picked up.
Yeah, I mean, Rejects does have the very, like, obviously very, very possible to pick him up here. Yeah, no, very possible. It does kind of depend on if they have the camera. It doesn't look like it, though, because we have Zarya is just, in fact, watching. And I assume that doesn't mean one cams. The Legion is making his way back up here, though. Good picks for Rejects. The Goyo. This is where, like, seeing a Monty is great. Because, yeah, that guy around the corner probably gets the pick no matter what, though. That is insane. Summer getting the double. With a Monty there, can't be letting your teammate get fragged out like that. The second he's looking away, drop that shield and hit him.
I think, again, it comes with what you were mentioning earlier. Holy doesn't seem to be very comfortable on those shield rolls. Maybe he's the only player that is, like, full front and forward being like, okay, I'm playing these shields. Maybe that's why he's being put onto these shield rolls. But any good shield player there, even the fact that he's low, I think that was the main reason that deterred Holy from being like, okay, I'm going to drop my shield because he's scared of dying. But most good shield players are going to drop their shield there, bash Goyo down, and then Thatcher gets another free pick, and then it's in that 2v3, which you're thinking, maybe it's possible here? Still probably not because of the fact that there's so little time down. I don't even know if they had case. But still, there's just a little minute details that are really coming to just hurt Flotation Station. So I do know that they're dropping the shield away and going for more of a frag-heavy lineup, giving Holy that Ash, allowing him maybe to just get a little bit more sparky on those operators. But I love how Blame Station or Blame Esports are playing. They get the information, they get the C4s out, and they're playing as a team, and they always have that roam game available to just always flank down these opponents to make sure they never feel comfortable.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. My one thing that I think Flotation Station, you know, aside from the whole Monty thing, which obviously they're fixing with this round, they have these, like, flank cams set up, and they are, like, coordinated relatively well. They're not checking those flank cams, like, at all. Like, we did see with that one round with the Ram just... Sorry?
Did Mira not just shoot the default cam?
Wait, I didn't register that, actually. No, I think she did.
Mira just shot the default cam.
You know,
I don't know. Hold on.
I don't know tech. However, no, we might be onto something. Going to check. Yeah, no, he did just shoot the default cam.
Also, Bandit goes down first. A beautiful first pick by Konija or Konjika. Oh, but then he's instantly refried back. So we're sitting back into a 4v4.
Yeah, I mean, good trade back. Obviously losing the Bandit this early is a little rough. You do still have a lot of utility on the field. That is a Nitro down, though. And then one Nitro for a frag, which is worthwhile. I don't think they have any knowledge of this Thermite in IT, though, just because of the fact they lost default cam. Mira still is able to play off that rotate pretty well. I do like this strat that we see with the shield and the pick for Pineapple. Where was that even from?
It was actually from below. He was all the way in kitchen. He's now fully rotated back up blue. The holes that are created from opening a breach, working in the way of the defenders. They know how this map is going to be reshaped, and it's working in their favor. And now we're sitting in another 4v2. Holy rejects, again, the same two players we saw in that last one. They weren't able to get it done, but Holy was on the Monty, so a harder operator to really clutch out a situation like that in. With the Ash, it's going to be a little bit easier. Never mind, he's down, but Rejects at least gets the refrag. 1v3, it's next to impossible, but there's still a little bit of possibility alive to see if he can clutch us out.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like a 1v3. Very possible. It kind of just depends on how he takes it. There are a few, like, he does get this free one on Summer here if he the wide swing. but it is very situational. Rotating to the breach, not a bad option here though. Revealing presence hitting the electrical window. Very, very questionable, and I think Pineapple did see him there, so he knows know exactly where he is. They have the mirror on it. They have the shield. Nowhere is safe at this point. 40 seconds on the clock. I think his best chance is to just run it down. Use this opportunity to talk with the team. Decide what you're going to do next. Yeah. Didn't use it, but... No. Deepers, deepers. Press. I'm going to say deepers. I think that makes... Oh, depress. I think, you know, you can understand where I'm coming from, right? Deepers.
Yeah. Timeout. Not
Alrighty, a
surprised being
timeout.
called because I think they need at least one more round on their attack. They must have felt confident to be able to pick the attack here, because another thing that needs to be said, obviously OT side is picked, by the way, so they do get, the other side do get defense and OT.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that doesn't really matter, because I haven't told you this, Jordan. It's infinite overtime. It's infinite overtime. So
yeah.
if we do get there, which is looking not likely at the moment, seeing how well Blame are playing on the defense, and the only round they really lost did come down to a fact that Cade still had the little bit of the switch and weapons bug, but maybe that timeout can maybe slow them over from Blame Esports, because timeouts from a team that don't have a coach always interest me, because who is going to be the vocal leader in that timeout?
Yeah, no, it's... God, yeah, timeout's gonna be very rough. I feel like... Or not timeout, why did I say timeout? Overtime can be very rough now, because... Obviously, I don't think we're gonna see it on this map. Blame does seem very strong on this map. Things can change a lot once side swaps. Maybe Flotation Station's more confident with their defense, which is why they want to do a second half play here. And that's why they picked it first, but that's very risky, especially considering how they're playing on the attacks now. We are seeing Holy on the Nook now, though. They seem to have dropped the idea of a shield in general. Nothing special from defense. Looks kind of similar to how they've been setting. Oh, actually, no, they've castled off games. It looks like a very heavy roam this time. I assume we're going to be seeing that hatch open, and they're just going to be playing a SSG. Yeah, we got.
It's going to be interesting. I do like the castle though, because obviously it allows them to drop the hatch without really being shot from any other angles. But the problem is the Ash is brought out, so one Ash charge completely ruins that plan, and then you can just still hold that cut off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Holy is already looks like top of lobby, sneaking his way through. Amazing thing about Nook's gadget now is that it doesn't run slower unless you like sprint or shoot, so he can just kind of be undetectable the whole way through here.
Or stand still as well, if you're standing still. But first pick goes into... For Evafave, again, we go for that 1-for-1 trade. We've been seeing that quite a lot on the side of these two teams. They always like going for these 1-for-1 trade. And Holy, honestly, should stop... Nope, he's going to continue, actually. He's going to get a free pick. Beautiful. I was going to say, he should stop walking here and wait for someone to move in front. But instead, the Cade is completely unaware. And then he gets so much utility by getting the 2 mute jammers down.
Yeah, no, that's massive already. They now have the ability to get those castles down. Does he know about, like, the Legion being upstairs? No. Well, the Legion was upstairs as well, and it's like they've obviously pushed him back a little bit, but it looks like he's able to be walking up Aqua here, maybe, or at least playing around it. Stop them from actually playing off those meat jammers that he got. Rejects. Wow, I stuttered. Rejects getting Zarya out here. Huge. The Legion and Castle are still relatively upstairs, but it looks like they're still very top floor heavy. So there is the potential for Frags and Summer to get a pick or two and then rotate back, which they are doing right now. Kanji going down. That is the Ash. Obviously still a lot of hard breach potential going on. I think the main breach might already be open, not 100% sure. Not that it would really matter, and it looks like Summer is going to be playing off this castle here. But I think they're ready. Yeah, they hear it being popped. Gordon is ready for this. He knows what he needs to do, but Frags and Summers are pretty close together. They could play this really well and still win this. Summer getting rejects.
Wasn't the right idea? You need to just go through the door. Or I don't know why that overcomplicated it. Jump through the window just makes you so just dangerous to that situation.
There's no coordination going on here. Summers is walking through. Holy comes in a little too late, just missing him. Frags playing off Summers beautifully. Holy has to get the 2 here. He knows they're both up here as well. He just needs to be aware. They know he's there as well, though. Very rough situation. Summers getting the pick. Once again, we're seeing this situation. Flotation Station is not playing together at all. They are playing very solo. We saw a lot of ones just kind of being given throughout that whole round, to the point that the 2 people, like, once again, that was a 4v2, and they barely even got any damage off on them, because those 2 are playing well off each other. Not to the point that there aren't angles. Like, there were a lot of opportunities where they could have rotated somewhere through games, killed the castle, or through Aqua a little sooner and killed Alicia. But those timing differences and the difference in how they're playing and giving those, like, little ones is kind of screwing them over here, to the point that they only get this one last round to properly like, attack.
My second issue with how they played that out is the fact, in my opinion, I think they overcomplicated it. You could just have the Thermite walk through the door and plant on top of the desk. Right here. I can go in 3 can, actually. You can go through the door, plant on top of this desk, and then he can't. The Legion has to either go through the hallway, which the Thatcher can then hold, and then Holy also does not need to be backstabbing. He can also just either stay up top.
Wait,
or just
no, that doesn't work. That doesn't.
Up top, he can hold the rotate.
No, what you're talking about doesn't work. Because remember, keep in mind, like, he can't go and plant on top of there because of the castle, playing through the rotate and shipping. It's like, I know what you're talking about. It's like, if he runs there fast enough, he gets there. But it's like, they are playing.
The only thing is that he tried to do the same thing, but from the window. The window's a longer run.
The window was so questionable.
And they had smokes as well. But the first fight is going to look like it's going to come on forklift window.
It looks like it is, at least from what I can tell, but I don't know. This Legion's playing pretty passive here. Also, wall's already open. Horton, what the fuck are you doing? Why are we just running at it? Immediately, the 1-for-1 plant might be going off. Yeah, plant is going off this early on. Nobody's actually available to stop it right now. Lots of smokes going down. Nitro's down. The Mira is still up. Mira getting the pick onto rejects. The breach is open, though. Glass just kind of watches as that happen. Nothing he can really do, but Capitao going down. It is a 2v3. 1v3. Glass going down, and he's not even in the position to stop the defuse from going off. He can't protect them, and he's dead anyways to the Capcan. That is kind of a giveaway round. As we go into the next half,
I mean, they got the bomb down.
I mean, they yeah, they got the bomb down, dude. You're not wrong.
I think Blame are just playing so well as a team, though. Every single situation, there's always a refrag afterwards. Even when Flotation Station maybe get a little bit of movement into the round, like getting the bomb down, staying in a 4v4, then I think the main problem there was they didn't really have good post-plan. Yes, they had the main breach open, but it's so easy for the Den to just do an aggressive swing out, take you out, and then be able to be in the driver's seat then for that post-plan, which is exactly what they did. And the final player, I didn't mind the idea of backstabbing from Cargo to be able to like shoot them in the back, but the Legion was perfect. It slowed him down and then also gave him the information that he was going to be there, and he couldn't do anything to really then help the final player on breach, and just allowed the 2 players left on site to power the guy on breach, get the defuse down, and then Capcan had the backstab himself to finally take up the line. And again, Blame Esports, they're on a roll, 5 rounds on the defense, only 1 slip up, and honestly, if they keep the momentum up, they can carry it into attack and end this map out quickly. Positive, it is their map pick.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. I'm not surprised Blame is doing well on this map since it is their map pick, and first map pick obviously, but it is rough to see like how Flotation Station is doing. I am biased once again with like being connected to the players, but like you have this level, like we are in the grand finals, and to see a 5-1 on the first, like they did choose attack first here, but you know, maybe the defenses are going to be a lot better. Maybe we're going to see some stuff come out here. Doesn't even look like they're going to be really stopping this wall from going down. I am questioning as to if Rejects is just going to kind of stay here and expect to power this Thermite once this wall is open.
I don't think Foment knows how to open it correctly.
Alright,
He
what
just
are
needs
you...
to go to the top, repel to the top, and then put it down at the top.
This is
Couldn't be this struggling.
This is embarrassing a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's look somewhere else. Let's allow him to try and figure it out. But right now, there's not a lot going on around the map. I do like that we've already seen the Blackbeard being opened up. And Mystic already trying to get aggressive onto that Blackbeard. But he's going to pull away as soon as he knows it's the shield. And this could be a free jumping. Because they know the Mute is also still playing aggressive. Oh no, he's pulled back. So he smartly pulled back, playing behind that mirror. And the C4 is going to come out from the cave. The question is, will it land on the Blackbeard? He is on that window, but I don't think it'll do enough damage to kill him.
I don't think it will either. Also, the window isn't fully open, so there's the chance it just gets caught, and that'll mitigate damage a little bit. Okay, well...
Oh! Never mind! Kobe takes out one and downs the Blackbeard. So that's a massive little boost!
Yeah, that was a beautiful throw right over him. If they can kill Summer here, they kind of just get the free reign of knowing Blackbeard isn't getting picked up, but he is going to get picked up here, unfortunately. Still, the Blackbeard is now at 20 HP. A Blackbeard that low is not threatening. That is a bullet to the foot that is killing him. He is jumping in here, but, you know, yep, there he goes anyways. Again, we're seeing a Blackbeard ADS for some reason. Your presence a bit more. Horton getting another pick. Frags getting the pick back onto Mystic. It is the 2v4, though. Good, looking good for flotation stations. The Miras is smashed, but we do have this Mira playing nice and close here. That is a shotgun. Horton's taking the control into electrical. They know where last is. He's kind of just tucked in here. I assume we're going to see the Ash kind of bait here for a little bit. Take this time to think. Get your picks. Bait around a little bit. Have some fun. Kanji's going to get the pick, though, so you're not going to get as much time as you might want to talk about what went wrong. But
I think the main problem was obviously not getting... I think they just slowed a little bit. They were a little bit too slow on opening the main breach, make sure that pressure was there, and it did feel very much one-dimensional. Everyone was pushing from the same side. There was no backstab up water. There was no one going main breach. There was no one trying to go rafters. And I think that's the main problem there. I do really like, though, that Flotation Station, you said it. You said the window wasn't fully open. Then his teammate opens it up for him. Instantly a C4 is put out. That is team up that we've been wanting to see from Flotation Station. And maybe on the defense is where we're going to see them unlock it.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I think this is one of those situations of we are seeing great teamwork only on one side, though. And maybe, if they get their shit together, future maps will see them pull it out on attack as well. It's very debatable, depending on those shield plays. But it is nice to see, like, it is a very big switch up from those previous rounds. It is a lot better. Like, you could tell there was some clear communication between the two of, hey, I'm going to throw this nitro. Warden probably called, the window isn't fully open. Let me shoot it open for you. And then he hucks it the second he calls that it's open.
The fact that also fully just looped over Blackbeard and then just landed in front of Twitch. Yeah, it was literally one of the best C4s I've ever seen. It was disgusting. Conjar, though, taking a lot of damage early, trying to aggress up, and again, he's trying to do so again. He looks the wrong way, but someone still survives, and someone gets the kill. What? Pineapple, no, that is not your best moment to be seeing, but it's very unlucky, but a wonderful pick, and it's the opening pick again for Flotation Station on their defense. But I do like that they're going for this top-down clear, respecting the roam, and he's about to be taken down by the Ram. Yes, he is. Wonderful pick by the Ram, and now we're looking at it back to evens. But the question is, are they going to continue droning to find out that Holy is also here on the Oryx?
That's questionable. Also, I do want to talk about the fact Vigil was very careless there. I don't know why you're walking over towards that area. Also, Holy going down to deep frags, that's a rough fight to be taking there. Nothing much he can do. Like, I don't think he could have really ran. Actually, no, he absolutely could have. He couldn't go off his side. But it looks like we're already losing that little bit of teamwork. Like, somebody should be checking connector cam, see if there's anyone there. Garage cam, I think, was still up for a few seconds there, where they could have watched the door to make sure. It could have also fallen into that little bit of, like, want to take that gunfight, which I do understand. Like, when you were in a position you're surrounded, you're like, I'm at least taking one with me. Fortunately, we're not seeing that. Also, Mystic is on insanely low HP here, and he's still kind of playing a little bit on that roam. Which is concerning. I think he still has Nitro. I would like to see him, you know, be going back into... Okay, there goes the Nitro. Ram getting him from Vert as well. Beautiful Vert. That's always a rough one to play around. I feel like a lot of people don't really realize because, yeah, look at it again. Getting the smoke on Pillar. That Vert opens up so many angles onto the basement site here. Cargo is free once this is open. because now they can't stop this plant from going down. Horton is alone anyways. They know exactly where he is. They have him on lock. Cannot go through that door. Flash is coming out. You know, I don't think there's much. I think this is just a definitive round for Blame.
I think he's just going to bait out. He's trying to look for any pick he can find, at least in this post-swamp situation. But I will say, where the other attack looked one-dimensional, this looked perfect. They figured out what the roam game was. Yes, they lost the opening pick, but that didn't deter them. They were then able to just continue rolling, find out, hey, where the remaining roamers, where they're going, get the drones out, and then play together. They swung Holy in a 3-2-1. All three players swung him, took him out, and then they were able to then just funnel down, get the vertical, get 2 picks from that vertical, and then slowly just whittle down the rest of the defense to get the bomb down, get the execute done, and win the round out, and get themselves map point already 6-2. Dominant start. Oh, tech pause. Whoops.
Oops. Oh, did you miss that?
Whoops.
Oh, you might have gotten that.
No, I paused it.
Beautiful.
I paused it.
No,
It's
yeah.
paused, buddy.
I don't think they realize. But I think we're like, that is some beautiful adaptability. And yeah, no, casting and observing, I can very much understand. Like, obviously, if you want, I'll be a bit more aggressive on the casting, so you can focus on the observing portion.
Problem is, when I'm casting, I'm also using, I even though there's no cam on me, I use my hands.
No, I know exactly what you mean. It's like, I do the same thing, where it's like, if I'm on a phone call, you know how you're like, oh, hi, or goodbye on a phone call? I have this terrible tendency of, like, obviously, nobody in the room. I'm on the phone, I'm not video calling, but I'll, like, always wave when I'm in the room on my own. Like, wave goodbye or wave hello.
Yeah, literally. I pace a lot when I'm on the phone. When I'm on the phone, I literally just walk up and down, up and down, up and down.
That's fair. I think you know, when talking, moving, it's just that. Also, oh, okay, you. I thought it just started randomly.
No, I unpause it.
Also, very awkwardly.
You know how they say frame perfect flicks? I think I got a frame perfect tech timeout.
Sorry, this is really awkward. This food is a lot drier than I thought. I was hoping I could take that bite down easier.
What's your thoughts on Aurora this season? Also, we're seeing the new operator come out from the side of Blame Esports. Curious to see how they use them out. Maybe obviously to cut off the roamers and cut off them trying to maybe make that flank elf. But what are your main thoughts on the newest operator to Siege?
I think Rara's really good, but it is very situational. Like, I think one of the maps you kind of see her most prevalently on is like Cafe, where you can block off like all bakery very easily, or kind of just stay there blocking it off repeatedly, or blocking off prep, and the ability to kind of block off an angle even if just temporary helps, because it is, you know, another obviously it impacts stop it pretty fast. I think Rara is really good. I don't know, what's your take on that?
I think she is good for setting up certain executes and just making sure the defenders can't, you know, take back certain places without making a lot of noise, either the door opening or having to use utility like impacting it or C4ing it. I think Cafe is another. I think you made a great example, Cafe. I think Small Bakers is where you can really make great effect on just taking that for free. Yeah. Holy's done well here to run back and forth. Do they know that he's ran through this wall here? They must have been able to hear it, but he still is looking into rafters, looking like he thinks he's still there. There you go. He's rotated his sight, making sure he can't be taken out from Holy, who's rotated into the command center room. It's great to just stay alive for so long, because it's been a minute 30. He's only in Oryx. He doesn't have much utility on the board. And there you go. The first pick actually is going to be on the side for Horton, who walked up the cargo stairs, got aggressive, took out the ram, and there's only going to be one boogie drone to really affect them. And they've still not been able to kill Holy, who's been able to get off the roam and then continue to work around Kitchen. This is actually better roam play this time around out. They lost it instantly last time, but now they're just being able to be elusive and never really be caught between these drones or be caught between two players. And I think the main issue is no one really went to that blue area. They took so long to get up blue. You see, only just now, 2 minutes gone, there's a Dokkaebi on those water stairs and being able to just progress up. And I think just the timing was a little bit off of Blame Esports this time around out.
Yeah, no, Blame Esports was definitely caught with their pants down a little bit there, losing an early pick. They kind of backed off a little bit as well. Like you were pointing out with Holy, they noticed he pushed out, moved out a little bit. 90 guy here. Holy could, or Summer could get the pick. Kind of debatable. Fry's getting the pick and getting picked out immediately after. Summer is getting another pick, so it is kind of a back and forth here. We are 3-3. Dokubi is quite low. I think they're all playing very well coordinated around each other. Mystic, though, is a little bit cut off here, which is rough. But here we are seeing Rayora being used for the defense side. Another 1-for-1 going on. But I do want to just point out that Rayora use. That's one of the best things I think about Rayora, is that it can be used both ways. Also, they don't know about the Cade, and he gets the last two, finishing out the round. Beautifully played by Flotation Station with that roam there, but I think a lot of that also falls onto Blame not.
I mean, they didn't drain well enough this time around out. I think it's night and day from their first attack on that bomb site. And I think obviously the pacing was just a little bit off between the team in general. I do think it came down, yes, it came down to a 2v2. That made people think, like, okay, the roam's really done poorly here. But like you said, timing is an issue there. They just had to drop the hatch because they had 30 seconds left, and because of that, they couldn't drone out, they couldn't figure out, hey, where's this Cade? No calls left either, so the Cade was able to get those 2 picks. Horton's having a really good map. He got the final 2 kills there, got the entry pick in that round as well. I think he's really the person for Flotation Station that is keeping his team in it and making sure they don't go down at least without a fight. Because even if they still lose this game like 7-4, 7-5, they've still made it close. They've made it close on Blame Esports map pick, and that will sow a little bit of doubts going on to the next map, which Flotation Station feel a lot more confident on, because if you lose 7-2, you're like, okay, we're terrible, we've lost it. But you put it 7-5, you're like, okay, we're still in the shout here. We just put it all the way on their map pick. Confidence is key in Siege, and I think it's the most important aspect when playing a comp game.
100%, and I think, yeah, as they pick up these rounds, they kind of start to realize it's like, okay, we didn't win that one round just because of the glitch, and so obviously the psychology of Flotation Station going forward is hopefully a bit more optimistic towards their map pick coming up next. Obviously, this map isn't over, but sorry, that's going to sound bad. I was going to say I hope we get to see it finish out here, but, you know, we're going to see some interesting. But based on last round, you know, I am questioning which team is going to mess up, because I think it is 2 relatively well-coordinated teams at times, but they mess up, or one team messing up is what decides each of them.
That is a positive for the team that then wins that round out. That just shows they're really good at making sure they can punish these mistakes coming out from the other side. And there was nearly one there. Warden doesn't need to swing out too wide. He could have lost his life, and that would have been a massive miss coming out from the side of Flotation Station. But just about gets away with his life, shows presence and runs away. I do like how they were able to get the Deimos in very early on this second floor through the basement. Obviously, there's not going to be a defender in the basement. If there was, they should get off their PC, because why are you there? But they're able to get him in, get those tracks going, and just make the defense feel uncomfortable, make them move around, and maybe make them cross into the other teammates' crossfire.
Yeah, also, I do want to say, very nice to see. Like, I feel like it is used, but not used enough, in my opinion. Or at least not used in the way that, where it's not just play from below. He's kind of just waiting and lurking below. Also, Kanji with the pick onto Summer. Great first pick. Holy going out right after. We were seeing a lot of picks and pickbacks today. Like, it has really not been an instance of a pick and then it just remains with a mana. Oh, Deimos getting fried, and the pick back immediately, and a second pick back with Deimos getting back up here. This is a really tough for defense. They know that there's 2 over by Aqua's side. Obviously, they could rotate, and looks like they are.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Bomb located by attackers.
D4 is still in pocket of Horton right now. That could play wonders right now, especially with the Deimos being so low. Throws it over his shield when he knows he gets close. Oh, he just pulls out with the... Oh no, he whiffs the second person and just about dies. If he just threw the C4 there, he actually just gets the double kill for free and maybe the triple as he walks up. But the shield is still alive. The Moat can walk up close and maybe get free, but the flash comes in. He has to push away. Whiff galore, and it will be the map over with the Thatcher getting the final kill. And we're looking at a 1-0 victory. The map pick going in the favor of Blame Esports, and they just about take it out. A very close round, but they at least get their map pick. That's what you expected to see going into Nighthaven.
Yeah, no, very, very like unsurprising. I mean, like, you know, to a degree, you can be surprised that it kind of ended up the way it did, but also I think you can't be surprised with the fact that, you know, they won their map. This was to be expected. You kind of expect the team picking the map to be performing at this level. Obviously can't do much. Also maybe better play from Blame the second map, but obviously first map going to Play and Flotation Station probably coming back strong on the second map. Can we pull up the maps real quick?
I was thinking of my thing counter. Look at that. Look at the top. There's a
Oh
map
yes,
victory.
okay, yeah. So we got the counter for Blame being one map up, and then looks like we are on to Cafe.
Why is House in this thing? Oh, I left House in this thing. So Leia actually isn't in this thing. I'll need to rehost at one point. Whoops. So, and it could go to last though, guys. It could go to last.
It absolutely.
So what's the next map?
Hope all is well. All is well, Orno. Hope all is well with you as well. You're not gonna hear that for 3. Just thought I'd say it though. Good luck.
Cafe, Flotation Station start on the attack.
Yeah, this is questionable. It is very strange to see a team very confident in their attacks, especially seeing their attacks on that Night Haven lab. But once again, first map.
Yeah,
that is a warm up. That is, things are just getting started. Flotation Station could be going crazy on Cafe. My personal bias, I know it's not like a huge difference. I think attack is a better position than on Cafe no matter what. So that one's, you know, I think probably the best situation that they are on attack there. Oh, let's fucking go. Spec with the rate of 32. Thank you for the follows.
No,
Jar Jar so far, Augie. Oh my god.
Make sure you put in chat that there's a 3-minute delay. Like type in chat quickly, there's a 3-minute delay. Thank you for the raid. Who won between Loud or wait, let me look at who won between Loud or Furia. I'm gonna get Furia.
W 3-minute delay. W casting. God, I love Spec. That is my guy. Thank you. WP. You know it, baby.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He got 5 big bullets.
I had a shot with Spec in Boston. I can't remember what it was, but I did a shot with Spec in Boston. That's all I know.
You don't know what it was. You just the mystery shot with Spec.
If Spec comes up with you with a shot, you're taking the shot.
That is true. You know, you don't question a bald man with a shot.
Exactly.
God, I love Spec, man. So sad I wasn't able to go out to Boston to hang out with him.
Well, you could have, but you picked Canada instead.
God forbid. A good time playing with you and Darren TM's. Good time playing with you too, Jar Jar. We should play again sometime. I'll probably just I like 10 men. I think 10 men's are always better than rank.
Yeah.
I think not playing Siege in general is also probably my preferred option. But you know, you do get that vibe, like that emotion sometimes, you know. The urge to play a shit game.
The Wilds guy. Oh. Hey, ZK left the squad.
ZK left the squad. Alright.
No, that's his problem. That's his problem.
Nah.
In 10 mans, Holy after every round says in chat, beta ZK. He needs to do it in game day. He needs to get up in game day after every single round, shout out beta ZK, and maybe he'll start powering up a little bit.
On God, right now,
playing esports, they look so good, and he's back in the lobby. Let's put let's question mark the R's because Holy just joined back.
As you are getting the R's set up, I will be AFK for like 30 seconds here. I'm just gonna make a quick run upstairs.
They said no.
Okay, so yeah, obviously, we're getting set up. We're getting into map 2 for Cafe. As that happens, Milo, I don't know, start yapping. Tell them about Pokemon.
Entertain Twitch chat. Pokemon?
Yeah.
Last. Do you want me to talk about the last time we all played Poke Showdown?
Oh my god, yeah, you should talk about that while I go and run out of the room. 30 odds.
Me, Zach, and Holy. Holy doesn't play Poke Showdown, neither do I. But and Zach and Jordan like really big try hard at Poke Showdown, right? They love. Oh, we're still in the map bans. That's why. They love Poke Showdown. They're like the biggest tryhards of all time. And somehow, some way, we played 4 games. First 3 games, I come third. Zach comes last the first 3. I think Jordan wins all 3 of the first 3. I'm pretty sure. And then the final game, somehow I win it out. Somehow I win it out with a pseudo wudo. I somehow stay alive by cheesing it and just powering up Free Fire the entire time to make him kill everyone else. And then in the end, I'm still somehow alive. So yeah, that's a fun little story. You won't hear that until 3 minutes, obviously. I'm looking at chat right now. Onus of Free Fire go. Sure, he is the goat, yeah. Hydra doesn't want people to glaze his boyfriend. It's too late, they already have, buddy. And it's still just me. Have they said R yet? Holy said R. Just gonna wait for Big Blame Esports to say R, and then we can get the show on the road. I'll switch the scenes over. It's funny, Free Fire is streaming this, but I'm doing basically everything. He's just yapping. He's just watching. He's basically a reaction.
Alright guys, we are back. We are back.
Hi, welcome back. I wasn't saying anything rude about you.
What in the fuck was going on while I was out?
I said you were basically a reaction streamer right now.
I mean, no, you're not wrong. I kind of like. I couldn't deny if you said that.
I was just at the funny story of the Poke Showdown where we played 4 games. Me and Holy do not play like. Well, I play Pokemon, but I don't play it competitively. Somehow, Zach comes last every single game, and then I also win one. I think you win the first 3.
Yeah.
You won the first 3, didn't you? Yeah, I thought so. I didn't think Holy won a game.
No,
so
actually,
you won the first 3, then
maybe
somehow...
Holy did win one.
No, I don't think he won a game. Because I know I won a game. I won the final game with Pseudo Wudo somehow surviving.
Oh yeah, you did.
Because I was literally just powering you up the entire game up until that final moment.
Hey, then you betrayed me.
Well, no, we were the last people. Oh, it went R. Oh.
It went R? Okay, we're finally jumping into Cafe here. Cannot wait. He picked going to Arizona instead. I did. That one was a great trip. Arizona, great place. Didn't get stung by any scorpions, although I've heard they are out there. Kind of disappointed. Wanted to try and take one home. I don't know a lot about Arizona. It was very dry. Which is, you know, I'm from Canada. Dry, hot places are not what I'm used to, so it's very strange.
The fact you didn't go to Montreal still crazy. It's still crazy to me.
Well, I couldn't go during the portion that's taking place. Maybe during the time
is it because you had finals or something? It's because you had like education. Even David went. Like
I went to a Montreal major.
Every single time. Like Atlanta, you were gonna go until the final fucking couple seconds and you didn't go.
Dude, that was so brutal. My professor was like, yeah, by the way, group project, you're gonna have to present. Hope you're not going away that week. Jinkies. Guess who was?
You should have just said, yeah, I'm going away. Like.
No, I couldn't. Like, cause that was a capstone course where it's like required. Like, if you fuck up, you're fucked.
That's so stupid. This is why I love the education here. Anyway, talking about education, let's look at the bans and educate ourselves on what they are going to accomplish for both of these teams. Blitz and his army banned out. Not surprising, his army was very strong in any situation, especially when defending the top floor of Cafe. Mira as well, same situation. Flores, interestingly enough, I would see Flores banned out so you could play the army a little bit better, but maybe I was hoping the army wasn't banned out, so that's why the
I was gonna say that. That's probably...
And then Blitz banned for a second time out from Blame Esports.
Yeah, honestly, still kind of surprised to see the Blitz getting banned. You know, obviously, Blame has seen how Shield are played by Flotation Station. Me personally, if I was Blame, I'd kind of not be worried and go for a bit more of a valuable ban. But, you know, teach their own.
It's curious to see the middle floor bomb site being played out first. Normally you would see maybe kitchen played out first, and even in ranked it's normally top floor, but I'd say top floor bomb is just very weak at the moment, especially with the Izami and Mira being banned out. But you will still see the top floor being played, just because they need to make sure they can hold on to this vertical control for as long as possible, just to make sure that they then just don't really lose out the control and then lose out the vertical game. Shield is actually going to be played. You said they played it weak last. I said, okay, the person who's playing it weak, holy, get off of it. Rejects is going to be the man on it, and he's going to see if he can really make a splash throughout this round, and holy, he's going to be on the IQ, because they saw how well the Valkyrie was being played out for the side of Blame Esports last time round out.
Yeah, no, it always throws me off seeing Blackbeard and then assuming Shield, because I'm not gonna lie, I looked at Blackbeard, or while you were saying that, I looked at the team, I'm like, where's the Shield? It is still obviously quite a new chain. Also, can I just talk about one of the biggest things is people don't really use Blackbeard's gadget. Like, yes, it's a shield, but it does have the smash gadget.
And again, it's melee priority if you use the ability.
True. He does get 4 of them too.
Misses the C4 because of the Valkyrie camera shot out early, and then the first pick goes into Mystic's favor. So Flotation Station, they have the entry pick. Can they now start to barrel on with that entry pick to then continue and win the round up? But no, Holy has no idea the Goya's stuck inside a freezer. Drones not coming out, no information, and now we're looking at an even mag out, but the Blackbeard is about to get into their faces.
Yeah, no, Blackbeard coming at you, very terrifying thing to see. Nades coming out as well. How the fuck did he get out there? Pineapple getting the pick on the Mystic. How did Burrs get out? Talk about
That's what I said, what to?
That's baffling, but also I think that does come up to a good Blackbeard not ADSing during that portion and kind of just playing the fact that he was the Blackbeard, so I don't think blame him for that. All these Valcams are getting shot out. Obviously, I think Cafe is very weak for Valk because the cams are so off against the white surface.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Obviously, a bright black camera with a bright blue light. It's very easy to see on a lot of brown. So
yeah.
We're going to see if... There's still one left. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 shot out. But the thing is, there's no explosives going to be left on the side. You can see here. D4's already been used, or Impact's already been used. So Blackbeard could come down to be very effective, especially if... But look at this. Goyo, he's in a great wrap position. I don't think they know he's here. So he can pop up and get the pick, but instead it's actually going to be the Valk, and then the finish off. No, Goyo does pop up, get the Blackbeard, and now we're looking at a 1-4 situation. It looks so positive for Flotation Station in the early portion, but I'd say poor drone work, poor intel just doesn't really net them any kind of round victory. Konji Car gets a pick to finish us off, but he then gets instantly finished off by the Goyo.
And instantly traded out. Obviously, not a whole lot you can do there. Kind of just. I think they needed to be a little bit more patient with some of their control there, and then it would have gone a bit better. But they kind of, it felt a little bit like they rushed in, fake playing into the hands of that Goyo. At least from my perspective.
No, I'd have to agree. But we are going to see the top floor bomb site. I thought maybe it would be unlikely to be able to be seen just because how weak it's... Oh no, they switched. They baited me. It is going to be the second middle floor bomb site. But again, you're going to have to play that top floor for a little bit. It's hard to play with this bomb site because how the main vertical area is going to be piano. And if you can see on your screen, there's an abundance of windows. So you can't really ever sit pretty. Even if you want to go pixel, you have a long angle from white window. You have the piano window. You have the ticket window. It's just very hard to just stay in this area and stay alive. So you normally hold it for a little bit, then back up to Whitehall, back up to bathroom, back up to freezer, and then just you try to hold it on for maybe like 30 to a minute and then fully drop off. At the moment, with the hatch reinforced, they definitely are still going to play it with the bathroom head holes, so they're going to try and hold it for as long as possible. And the question is, can Flotation Station get the drones and get the information and maybe stay alive a lot longer? They switch shield operator again. Hurley is back on the shield.
Uh-oh. That's not what you want to see right now.
That's what you want, though.
Ooh, that is exactly what I want. You're right. Mystic getting a beautiful first pick. And for the first time in a while, a first pick with no trade-off with 5 seconds.
Big positive, and that I think it may have been a barricade bang because his D-Frag's instant reaction was just what the hell, man. But Summer, he could have a frag in his favor here. Jump, no! If you just shoot for the window, you would have just headshot him. I thought he was about to shoot in. No, Konjika gets another pick.
Wow.
Beautiful, and now flotation station. They need to slow down. They need to get these drones out, figure out where the final players are, use the man advantage in your favor to then just take out the final remaining players. But Konjika, he's continuing to frag out another pick, and again, I think this is when you slow down. Holy with the shield can get the information up, stay as a shield, and just use that as the drone to then frag behind him.
Yeah, no, I think, once again, that is kind of the best way he could go about playing a shield off here. I mean, obviously, once again, it's tough to think about how Blackbeard plays his shield off, because he does have a gun. But, yeah, I think you're right. It's like, use him as a mirror, use him as just something like a presence. Also, he could absolutely destroy that right wall there, and I feel like he's pinging for the ace to open it. You have a gadget. Your shield literally is an Oryx dash for walls. That works too, I suppose. Takes a little bit of extra time.
I would say maybe he's a little bit scared that there's someone inside the red corner. If he dashes through there, his gun's down, he can't really put it back up, and he could get headshot. That's the only reasoning I could see. Maybe he wants to at least keep his body a little bit more safer.
I mean, yeah, no, I can definitely see it, but I think a lot of these situations are, once again, kind of just solved if you remember the existence of drones. Oh,
No flank cam. But they at
beautiful
least down the other
flank.
play, so it is a 1v3.
What a beautiful flank by Legion there. I mean, yeah, he has to go back and all that, but it is 40 seconds left, and they don't really know where he is still. He's gonna... Oh, no, he's not gonna get the extra pick on Mystic. If he got Mystic there, though, you know, there was a lot of potential for him to just kind of rat around and just be a little bit of a terrorist for stopping them from getting the plant down. Obviously didn't go that way. That is a round for Flotation Station, 1-1. Very similar to how the first map went. No glitches this time, so it looks like, you know, they can be confident in that win. Wasn't with a slight advantage.
I will say maybe a little bit of luck with maybe it seemed like a barricade bam, and maybe the Falcon maybe just making a little bit of a bad play by trying to jump out. But in the end of the day, they were able to just play as a team, make sure they figured out where the final players were. Yes, the flank came in, Legion got a great double, but in the end, the numbers were too much for him to still get that clutch out. They then still able to reset, try to get the bomb down a second time round out, wash the flanks, and then eventually kill him outright and win the round out. We're going to see if they can do the same on the kitchen bomb site. I'm surprised it's come so late. I'm surprised it's the tertiary bomb site, because I would say it's definitely one of the stronger bomb sites on Cafe at the moment.
Yeah, no, 100%. Hey, very awkwardly, I did forget to disable something. I have to do 30 push-ups quickly.
Alright, I will cast solo for a little bit. Have fun with your push-ups.
Dude, fuck.
Alright, they're looking like to go for a bakery take. And again, we spoke about this on the last map. Aurora is really good at taking this small bake area. You can put it on the double door and then instantly just jump in with the Monty and then just overload the player playing in bakery, which is going to be the Jaeger. And it looks like exactly that's what they're going to do. The Aurora goes down. Monty looking like he wants to push in. The thing is, though, it's great because of the fact that that cast back is there, but they go instantly. You get the ace jammers down, and there's no one over there with impacts to really break down that Aurora. So you're going to have to wait for it to be able to be shot open and then jump through. But they can definitely now just take slowly into Baker, and they already have. They've pushed away Jaeger. He's going to be playing prep, and now they've droned him out. They've figured his game, and they still have the rotate open. Jaeger, is he going to try and close it? No, they've already fully pushed in. They've fully got the control. Ace takes a little bit of damage from prep, and then also takes a little damage from his own Selma, but he's able to stay alive. But look at this. Double flank going to come out from the frost, from the smoke, but no, there is someone up top. It's going to be Mystic, but he's actually still outside. But Rejects gets the first pick on the Monty, an entry pick from Monty. When do you ever see that?
Yeah,
now the shotgun's going to...
often.
No, he doesn't see it. The Frost jumps out, gets the kill. It's poor from the Ram. I thought maybe he knew they were above because of the shotgun blast coming out. And now they have to try and send someone above to take him out. But a Claymore pick from Horton to get the next one. They know there's one of red, but Goyo also knows. So it's going to be a 50-50 gunfight here.
Yep. 30. Fuck. Oh, I hit chest.
Fun?
Dude, I hit chest today too. That fucking sucked.
Well, Holy gets taken down, and Summit is the man to do so. We're sitting in a 3v3, and there's so much control still established by the defense. but the Aurora's opened up. The prone player gets one, doesn't get two, though. Summer with a refrag again, but the diffuser, it's being planted. Do any of these players know that it's being done? They can't see him. Yes, they can. Beautiful shot. The vertical control still established by the defenders, and now Horton has to somehow clutch out this 1v2.
Very possible too. He knows the relative location of the last two. He knows one's above, probably just holding that. He knows the other guy's near bottom red. He could get the bottom red guy, which he does. That's a beautiful first pick. You just have to be aware of this vert as you get defuse. There's a lot of safe positions. Yeah, you can rotate over here. He's going to be able to get planted down for free here.
He can, but he's so low, it's going to be so hard, especially with still a Toxic Babe in pocket. And there you go, it's going to go out, but it's not going to land. Horton, he's backed away, and there is a drone by his feet that he can use to at least get a couple of pings off when the tick's going down. The question is, does Pineapple know where he is? It's actually very poor post-spawn situation, because he can't really... Yeah, the tick's going to go off. Does he peek? No, he misses. That was his golden opportunity to go for the pick, but no, he walks in front of the feet holes. Somehow it does not get killed out. Until then, a wonderful pick. He gets the finish off as well, and then he gets the defuse. Also, I think you're behind a little bit, so
I am
the
behind a
technique
little
of
bit.
speeding yourself back
Dude,
up.
I've been doing that so many times this stream. It is crazy how often it is getting behind here.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen. Oh no, wait, alt tabs. It's gonna freeze. Oh, fuck this game. Fuck this game.
Unlucky.
You guys, I can't believe that there is such a AAA company cannot figure out how to fix a glitch where if you alt tab, it fucking freezes.
They've never been able to fix their game.
To be fair, I'll give them a benefit of the doubt. Like,
Oh,
how
you
are you
don't have
supposed
to...
to fix a glitch where if you like what actually causes that? Like, it generally, even I'm confused on what would cause that.
I have no clue.
I'm a
I've just been
genius.
doing the alt enter thing every time it happens.
Yeah, that's what I just did there as well.
Nice. Oh, fuck. I'm, That's...
You missed a really good defense attack round as well, because it did come down to the wire. We saw all the spoke about in the last map. And we're now looking at a second defense onto the library and reading bomb site. Going to see if they can cement it this time around out. But I am saying, Flotation Station, they're really going with the punches this time around out. It doesn't look like, oh, Blame Esports are running with their defenses. They're getting dominant defenses. Each of these times, it's been a little bit close, and Blame Esports definitely haven't run away with them. Flotation Station has definitely been each time in with a chance of winning out these rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, this is looking to be quite a good map. Oh, that is a fucking terrible cam. Please move that shit back. What the fuck?
This one.
Oh my god, is the stream? Yeah, that one. But he could just move that like a little deeper in by proning deeper into it. Like, it'll show all the same shit. Oh, Zariah just barely missing the chance to kill on Horton there. I'm behind again, dude. This is crazy.
I've got an idea. If it does go behind, you just do mainly play-by-play, so you actually speak about what's happening. I can speak what they could have done better. So there you go. So then, me being ahead doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe this fixes it.
Maybe.
We'll fucking
We're
see.
going to see no foothold into the building currently by Flotation Station. Still on the roof, still has some repel. But Cafe is kind of that kind of map, though. You are going to see a lot of health, but the fact they haven't even dropped red yet is that, there you go, finally. Drop red, they got one of the cameras out, and that's the benefits of bringing that IQ to figure out where these cameras are, and the droning display coming out as well from Holy. So this is what I'd like to see, a little bit more information gathering from Flotation Station. C4 does go out, does a lot of damage, but there you go. The Ash again, Conjure Cart again getting looked. He's in sight! What? But is free fired out. Okay, he may have been in sight for 5 seconds, but instantly fired out by the Goya.
So far behind. Yeah, okay. I think this is that was something. But yeah, incredibly impressed that he's managing to kind of sit in sight. Kind of caught off guard on where we are at right now. They don't. Do they know this guy's on wet stairs? I mean, obviously they're flashing him out, but playing a very good angle. Goyo almost getting the pick onto Holy there. These people are really holding up top well. Goyo finally falls off. Melusi still playing a little bit more aggressive and getting the pick onto Blackbeard. There we go. Sorry. Took me a second there. We got Pineapple. He managed to rotate back down. He's just playing the rotate. Do they know about this guy coming up white? He gets the pick. There's a guy on white. There's a guy on white. Oh, it's your teammate. Wait. And unfortunately, Holy gets... Sorry, not unfortunately. Holy is going to be getting the pick onto Malusi and Castle there. From White Staircase, putting it into a 2v2. Can we see if there's a Nitro on the field? Also, Pillar Goyo getting the pick onto Holy upstairs. Is now the Buck in the 1v2. He's already dropped the hatch. In a good position. He doesn't know about this guy, Red 90. Or maybe he does. He's somewhat aware of their presence. This rotate is making it very rough for him to kind of play around, getting juggled between them and getting picked off by Zeria at the end there. Very rough situation. Once you drop that hatch, you are very much stuck.
Nearly some heroics though coming out from Hurley. Beautiful double pick on those white stairs, but then he just about loses the fight to Goyo. If he wins that fight, it's very much winnable again for Flotation Station. It's always these little moments in the rounds that's really just swaying it to Blame Esports' favor, and I think that earlier round helped as well. I don't know how the Black Bit goes down. I think, obviously, it's my fault for being observer, not observing him, but I just don't expect the Black Bit to go down in this situation, so that's why it's not happening. Because it's just like, if he's ADS, that's a problem. You shouldn't be ADS there, and you just should be playing passive, waiting for your teammates, waiting for the refrag, and just pushing them out with the shield. But he may have been shot from below, because when I did switch to Malusi, Malusi was still in reading, so it could have been the Vert game maybe coming into the favor of Blame Esports and just playing well as a team. Positive though, Flotation Station were able to win this site out round last time. We're going to see if maybe they can have similar situations. With Kundrakar getting a beautiful couple picks last time we were here, we're looking to see if they can get that entry game again, flow from that, get the cams out, figure out where these players are playing. Again, they are switching out their Blackbeard player every couple of rounds. Every single time there's a new person on the shield, whether it's Monty, Blackbeard, Holy's going to be back on this Black Brand this time round out. He's doing well on the IQ, so I'm curious to see why they keep changing off it, especially with the cameras still being out, but a spawn peak is going to be here from Legion.
Yeah, it's really questionable. Like, I feel like you're not going to... Like, a good team isn't going to be wanting to switch around too much. Ooh, what are you doing, Bear? You could have just waited the extra second. Maybe he got spotted there. Maybe that's why he switched out. But yeah, it is weird that we are seeing them kind of switch around their shields so much, almost as if they're kind of still testing to see what works against their team. Which, yes, great thing that you're trying to find a good way out of this situation, but this late into the game, you know, you're on map 2 now, you should be kind of figuring out the playstyle a bit more, getting yourselves a bit more organized. Maybe we'll see this round, maybe we'll see a bit more organization. Hopefully they get into a similar position as last time, but without the flank going off. And there goes a Nitro onto Horton from Zarya. And Zarya's getting picked off immediately by Kanji. Kanji's doing great with some of these opening picks here.
Raze have been crazy this entire series. You keep saying it, but every single time there's like an opening kill, half the time it's instantly traded back in within the 5 seconds for both teams. Yeah. There's always a man behind it, and I'm loving it. C4 could come out here though to get rid of the Blackbeard. We'll see if it blows up and detonates.
There's the C4, we're seeing it now. Yeah, very questionable if we're gonna see it. We have somebody watching on the cam, and there it goes. There goes Holy, there goes the shield. Pineapple getting a pick onto Kanji as well. Already into the 2v4 for Rejects and Mystic. Not really in any position to hold anything. They don't have any control going on here. Mystic is now in playing the Vert. Obviously having to worry about their... Oh, I was going to say having to worry about frags holding below, but luckily he gets that little bit of a pixel onto him, getting the kill. There's a very good chance, you know, there's a minute 50. They've got their top floor. We have a soft breacher up. As long as we can get some cams going on here, they're in a good position. And they have the cam on the guy in storage, getting the pick off. Rejects dropping hat, I think. Did I hear that? No, it doesn't. Heard that correctly. Oh, but they do have the cam on Rejects above. There's just missing shots on him there. That was... Could have been very bad for the attack, but obviously we are still in the 2v2. 40 seconds remaining on clock. We have defeat in hand. One person on each site. They really do just... If they double up, they can clear one person. Take the site. Some nice drone work going on here. Trying to find out where these last two people are. 20 seconds though they need to execute. I'm hoping they're fully aware that the site is moving and they're not going to try and plant it here. Summer with a double wallbang? Excuse me. Is that what I just witnessed? Oh, it is absolutely what I just witnessed.
Yep, That is exactly what you witnessed, and again, the information game being key for both teams. We saw drone work coming out to get wallbangs, and we just saw maybe the Valkyrie cams coming in, or maybe just the Legion buys in general. If you hear that tick, the Legion can be like, okay, they're here, quickly shoot all, then they get the picks. And I think a problem right now is the fact that the IQ should have come out, in my opinion. And we're seeing it here on the basement bomb site, and I think it's very good. You see every single bring Valkyrie. The one time he does counter with the IQ, they don't bring Valkyrie, funny enough. But it's very much helping them. I do like them bringing out the Aurora again, because that trap worked. They were able to take Bakery very quickly. Their main problem was just losing the bodies upstairs, and we're going to see maybe if they can keep control of that upstairs this time round out, maybe they can slowly start to execute on the bomb site. But right now, Nighthaven is creeping back in. The only positive is, each one of these rounds has not been a flush. They have been close, they have been possible. Flotation Station have always still had a foothold into every single round, whereas on Nighthaven, it did feel like Blame Esports dominated their defenses.
Yeah, no, the defenses have been kind of just dominant from both sides in general. You're right, though. Blame kind of has just been playing quite good, like, coordination-wise. I think the biggest thing is this is an adaptability. And so far, it is going in the favor of Blame for both maps. They're seeing how the attacks are coming, and within a round or two, they're immediately adapting to how to play around it. Also, we're seeing the Rayora setting up on Small Bake here. Oh, and he's getting picked off so early by Zarya. That's so bad for their setup, because now they do have to rearrange that take completely. Without the Rayora, you're having to worry about a lot from Small Bake, and Zarya is really getting to go back, but they get the stuff off the wall, so Zarya can just stay in Bakery for here. And getting Bonji getting downed outside of Bake. That is now 2 down, 3 down. Bonji down to the Frost Man. He's going to get back up, but obviously a shield on very low HP. Doesn't really matter. Gets headshot by Frost anyways. So looks like we're just kind of stuck in this. Sorry. Lost for words. Deepers. What a shot. What a shot on the Ace there. Or not Ace, onto the Twitch sitting in the corner there. Ace is going to be playing into prep here though. Very rough position. Getting the pick onto Zarya though, you know. Position to get the last 3. He has the intel, getting one more. He knows this guy's on Rice. It's a risky play around though. Have to hope he peeks you before the guy red peeks. Have to take the gunfight onto red and risk this guy on prep peeking. Passive drone coming out, and Summers is going to be swinging to get the kill. Another round for Blame. Very close for Flotation Station on the back of Ace there. Very, very, very close round. The Rayora getting lost there that early, I think, is kind of what set that into motion. A little bit more passiveness might have saved.
I'd have to agree. I think Hurley just cannot die in that situation that early on. I think if he stays alive for a little bit longer, they push onto Small Bait, get the Aurora set up, and then get the shield in. Yes, he probably would have still hit the Frost Mat, but that also comes down to maybe poor droning. You don't know that Frost Mat's there. But again, if the Raw jumps in first, he can at least shoot down, shoot the Frost Mat out of the way, and then they can slowly start their execute going down. The Jaeger, though, was very good in getting that opening pick, and then same with the Frost, getting 3 picks on the round. Just beautiful gun skill coming out from the side of Blame Esports, as well as their teamwork. Very close for the Ace, though. Again, he put it in the realm of possibility. It looked like that round was going to be a stomp. Again, it looked like it was going to be... It basically was, in the end, but... Ace put in one possibility, got 2 beautiful shots himself, nearly just about clutched out, but they had great crossfire. Even if the Goyo dies there, the person red swings and gets the free pick. I'm liking these free place drones though coming out from Blame Esports. It'll give them a lot of information in the early round, figure out where they can push, where are the gaps, and then able to just take ground quickly and then slowly start to execute with more time ready available when they need to maybe get some picks off and then get that bomb down.
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely. Like those are some great early round drones. Obviously, they don't really even have to worry about Brown or like basement side at all now because of how well those drones are placed, and they have a lot of intel for mid floor as well, so they can kind of just play for their push pretty early on. That is something I hope we see. Oh my goodness, this is a very risky play from Horton. First of all, Horton is already super low HP. and there was a solid chance he could have gotten shot there through the Heaven window. Obviously, frags on rooftop here is just playing into a little bit of a terror on the other team. I assume we're going to start to see, yeah, we're going to see these Yings starting to come out, the Sense gadgets coming out. I'm hoping, you know, Flotation Station, you see things coming out, you can very much assume, hey, there's a rush going on, Horton going down to the fire, Nitro coming out, we know this guy's playing on Heaven window. Area going down to Holy, great pick, you know, the plant isn't going down, they're still kind of stuck outside this building, they've used up almost all their utility. Rejects getting Pineapple, very, okay, I'm gonna say, that was kind of surprising. You know, you are being detected that whole time. They know exactly where you are. You still have the balls to pick that, and you get the pick. Obviously, very beautifully done. Terrible position for the attackers, though. Now you have used all your utility for a rush, using a 2-6, and the rush didn't even go through. So you do, I think we still have 3 sets of Bs and 1 Candela. Not a whole lot to work with. Minute left. It is kind of just a getting picks game now. No Nitros on the attacking team though, and they have this cam on Valk, but I feel like the second this hell door gets opened, yeah, Valk's already very aware that there is a potential. Oh, and we got the second comings of a rush. Obviously, guys, let's be honest, if you are smoking off and throwing Grim gadgets, you're very obviously going to be jumping in that window. You haven't made any sound anywhere else. That was kind of giving it to Conju to shoot through the... but we are going to be seeing Summer just sitting on the skylight here. I say this every time there's one person left alive, but he is obviously baiting, and I'm hoping he's taking this time to say, hey guys, Rush didn't work. Let's talk about this. He's going to drop new hatch, 20 seconds left. Gets the pick onto Holy, 1v3. 12 seconds. Very out of the realm of possibility. Obviously, somebody is on Pixel holding the pick back. Not a lot you can do. Very well held from Flotation Station. Very much better than what we've normally seen, but I think that was also really careless from Blame, because they kind of went for the rush, knowing the positions of people, but not really playing around the position. Like, you know that guy's piano.
I'm gonna say this is not good. If I'm part of a team right now, I would not want to see this from my players in all chat, because of the fact that is telling me my players not having good time in the mental. I'd actually call a timeout. Genuinely, if I was coaching the team, I'd call the timeout right now, and I'd be like, holy fucking lock in. Stop being a little bitch. Play the fucking video game. It doesn't matter if they're fucking blessed. Who gives a shit? Play the video game, play your way, and then win. Like, it doesn't matter. You're the best player in the game. Obviously, again, I'm not actually calling them that. This is what I'd say as a coach, because that's what you do. Even if they're not, you tell them they're the best player in the game to make them feel that way, and then they play like that.
No, 100%. You were playing into the mental of your teammates. Also, Cougar, thank you very much for the follow. I definitely just hit my mic there, so that probably made a very loud noise.
I have a curious thing though. My question is, they had that rush planned, obviously.
Yeah.
But they never actually went for the rush. They put all the utility in and then just stayed on Skylight, stayed on Windows, waiting for something to happen, and nothing gave it to them, and they just got fragged out. It never looked like they actually had the go buttons on. And Summer, they were on the window the entire round. They were on the Skylight the entire round, waiting for Holy to swing, and he never did. He was playing passive, which was beautiful then, but I'd say it's really poor. But look at this. It looks like there's so many players around this window just waiting for the go button right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the rush so far has just been very half-assed. Like, they only 10% commit to everything they do. Well, not everything they do, but like when it comes to a rush, like this looked like huge potential for a rush. I'd say Blackbeard jump in right now. That's a great position while that nade's going off. Take the opportunity to rush. Rara should be going out, and there was just no coordination. It was very half-assed. This guy's just been allowed to walk back in. We didn't have the Blackbeard jump in. Hey, by the way, that door is still locked. Blackbeard, why are you not jumping in? You can deal with this Wamai right now. And we are seeing 2 picks coming off for Blame Esports anyways, so I guess, you know, as much as I want to say it, should have been this, should have done that, there is more than one way to play the game, and this is still working for them. They got their 2 picks. They do have to worry about this guy in small and this guy in prep, either way, but obviously we've got the gadgets coming out. Mystic getting the pick onto area. The Wamai is getting a little ballsy here, peeking into that Blackbeard getting the frag back. Blame has taken a lot of control all of a sudden. They've got Bake, they've got Small. Mystic getting ballsy here, if I might say, downing the Blackbeard with a shotgun from afar, getting the reload off at that close range. Wow, he's just juggling. Yeah, getting juggled is not a whole lot you can do. I want to say good round. All around, everyone was kind of doing some was kind of jumping around. Very hectic round going around there. Gonna keep saying the word round. I'm very aware I've said it like 6 times in this sentence, and I will say it again. What a round. You have anything to add?
The main issue from Flotation Station is they're just overswinging. I think in that situation you can still play behind the bakery desk and just play a little bit safe. You still have your Jaegers up. You still have the Legions on the door. You still have Legion helping you out there. Somehow, some way, the Grim gets 2 free picks with no pings on the players. Nothing really pushing them out. The breach is not open. Nothing to really discourage the person behind the desk. Just swings and gets killed. I think it's just, there has to be something going wrong. They have to be overswinging, and they have to just not be playing confident right now. I think that's one of the issues. Down and lose that O map pick worse than they did losing the opponent's map pick. I think mentals may have to be questioned because they could just be down in the dumpster.
Yeah.
They are top players at T4. This is an argument. They're in a grand final, but again, this is a lot of these players probably first experience in a grand final, so it's definitely going to still hurt their mental. Flotation Station, they're a newish team. They've been a team for 3 months. I don't know much about Blame Esports. I don't know how new of a team they are, but both teams are looking to win this. I don't know if there's a prize for winning GNL this season. There was last. I doubt there is this season.
Yeah, probably not.
Granted, the prize last season was going into Freezy for free, and Freezy hasn't happened, so.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, but also to add on to that, it's like, yeah, this is probably a first time for a lot of people, and I think the biggest thing to add on to that is, obviously it's not a big, but still just the knowledge of having people outside of your game watching your performance puts a lot of pressure, no matter how small the amount. There is absolutely, the presence of people watching. Yeah, we're gonna see the game frozen here. We hear some shots going out. We don't know what's happening. Looks like nobody has died.
No
We
one's
didn't
dead.
miss anything. If you just hit Alt Enter again, it puts it back to full screen, right?
I did it. Don't worry.
Oh really? Oh, because I saw you going back.
Oh
into
wait, you
settings.
mean if you Alt Enter? Oh.
Yeah, it just puts it right back to normal.
But Mystic gets a double.
No, he doesn't. What are you talking about? Oh, Mystic gets a double, and Summer gets the refrag. There we go, and then Kanji getting the pick onto Zerio. Sorry guys, my man in the future was giving us some spoiler warnings. Got one of the Fate sisters over here. Fate misters.
He seems to be last alive a lot.
He does, but I think, that is also just in playing. You're not having the Aurora jump in. Okay. But I am surprised to see the Aurora having been upstairs. Also, got a bit of a cross here. Beautiful way to use the Aurora, actually. He killed the guy on... Whoa, what are you doing? Shoot the guy on the red. Shoot the guy in head holes first. Hello? Okay. There was a lot of potential. I was going to say, swing the guy head holes, or see if he had... I think he had smoke. So I would have said either smoke head holes or smoke closet. No, he isolated 2 ones and had just a little bit more, and he could have gotten the 3 individual ones. Close, but great round for Station State. Great jump out from it.
Had he talked before this round?
Who hold it?
No, he hadn't. He said bait as EK.
Yeah, no, he kind
Other
of.
than that,
He did not talk much until they started winning rounds. Actually, I think he has only typed on the rounds they've won. The story not best out. Ooh, yeah, that's a dagger. Ollie is not in the position to be talking,
no,
but you know what? Either
defrags,
way.
you're 0-6, not 6-3, buddy.
It's like, yeah. Well, no, I think he was just
That's a
looking
pre-fire gen kind of game. That's a pre-fire gen kind of game right there.
6 and 3? Hell yeah.
No, 0-6.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. You were clearly highlighting the word 6 and 3 when you were saying that, so we're gonna go with that. I'm not washed, guys. Anyways, you know, we got some key plays
Depends.
for
Are you washed fire gen or you phase fire gen?
Depends on the day. give it a 50-50 chance. Also, we are going to be seeing the castle. I always love seeing castle played for these top four site. Because obviously it is played very much to focus around this guy sitting in door. And I think as long as there is so much pressure on the attacking team to not go near. And I think we're seeing that a little bit. Obviously, there's some pressure going on bottom white here from the Valkyrie. He gets a little bit of down onto IQ. Everyone's rotating slowly up to roof, you know. A minute has passed and they're only just now getting to roof, but they've got their presence. They know someone's stuck down below. Valk has run away, not a worry in the world about that person sitting outside of white. Summer's very locked in on that. Nitro coming out, not getting anybody, but to be expected. Please don't go down white. You are kind of just going to be giving it to this Valk, and Frags is going to be picking up Anji there, and Frags is going to take a lot of HP, and that Humidor guy is down. This is a big issue with this strat, though, is once that Humidor guy is gone, kind of have given up Cigar completely. And they know Mystic is down below, and he still gets the pick. This is risky to even try and go for the finish here. Gets it. Whoever was on Red Hatch, I'm pretty sure I saw an outline. Just missing that is rough. But, you know, 3v3, Sophia's going to take a lot of damage there. Not exactly sure what from, but they're very low HP. All around, it's not looking too unbalanced. Obviously, they do have the mana advantage coming in for Blame, but Sophia is low enough, I wouldn't even use it. You just have to worry about the extra person, but knees on them lightly and they're gone. But the nade coming out from Summer, killing Rejects and Mystic, going down to Pineapple right into the 1v4. Now that is a mad advantage that you can't really afford to worry about. Horton getting the 1 and getting picked off by Zarya right after. That is going to be map 2. Cafe going to Blame. We are now onto map 3 at match point. Obviously, this could still be a long series. They just Flotation Station does just need to win out 2 more maps to tie it up. But you know, you never know in this game.
Hey, if it's a 3-0, I don't have to rehost.
That is true. We don't have to worry about Lair if this is a 3-0, and you know, starting to look like it. But hey, that is 2 maps. Those are 2, you know, relatively tough maps. To,
for now, I'll put a reminder.
Yeah, I was gonna say put this up. Chalet is a great one though. Everyone knows how to play Chalet. I think Nighthaven was very up in the air. You know, if you know how to play Nighthaven, you're gonna do fine. If you don't, Nighthaven takes a lot of reps in. Cafe as well. Cafe's a tough one. I'm a hater for Cafe. I think the amount of windows still kind of absurd. Same issue old console had, where the windows and the roof kind of decide the game. Chalet though, Chalet's a good one. Obviously the windows are a big play too, but I think there's a lot of defender help too. Basement, questionable. But I think Chalet's always a fun map. We'll see how that one goes as we approach map 3 here. Flotation Station needs to lock in if they want to not get 3-0 though, because they are down 2 maps. So we'll see what happens.
I think the main disconnect between the 2 teams, I think Blame Esports are playing perfectly as a team, and I think that's what Flotation Station are really missing. I think their disconnect between the team is really showing right now, and I think just maybe they just really getting the praise enough, and I think also that like there seems a lot of times where they just don't know what the game of Blame Esports is. They seem to be wandering in, lack of information, and then just dying to like ratty plays. Like for example, in one of the, I think it was the first round, Goyo was just inside of Freezer. Holy had no idea. They even first picked that round. If Holy has to drone on Goyo, he gets the free pick, swings him and kills him. And then they're sitting in that 5-3 and they continue going on and out. We saw every single round, Blame Esports on the defense, pick that Valkyrie, make sure they have that intro on defense and able to run forward and win the round out. And I think that's maybe what Flotation Station need to start doing and start just continue to be able to roll on with that information on the defense. Maybe actually, this is actually a good idea for Chalet, maybe just ban the Valkyrie. Because Valkyrie's been so strong.
Yeah. I'm just so tired after that. burst all that out.
No,
Ton of
no,
information
this,
out there, but no,
the
you're not
guy's
wrong.
like, the guy's like, you have to fucking invite them. And I'm like, I'm online. Well, they are online. There you go.
Put them in there.
They
out there.
said I'm bugged. This game is bad. You have to invite them.
Have you?
Oh god, bro, just fix your game.
I'm
Easy
bugged.
peasy.
Wow, wow. I don't want to.
Wow. I don't want to.
Yeah, right.
Actually, on more important news, we can speak about the game, but like we can do that while we wait for them to pick the game to be started. Let's go back. Let's switch the scenes again.
Okay, we're switching seats.
Let's. I'm gonna go onto. Let's look through my locker and see how amazing nice skins I have.
Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah. Let's look at my R4C skins. But if they say R, they're R. But like they're gonna take 2 years to say R, you know.
Well, I can't see it. It seems to be just a black screen now.
Is it black screen?
It's just a black screen.
Huh. Being
Very
weird.
transparent about that. There we go. Now I can see a little bit.
Can you see it? If I alt tab and alt tab again, can you still see it?
Yes. Now, what the fuck is that skin combination? Who told
Do you not like
was
that
a good
combo?
idea?
That's my combo, bro.
Who told you that was a good idea, mate?
Do you want to see? This is my new one, just 'cause I'm bored. Do you want to see? Do you want to see my old one?
What? I don't know.
My
There
old
is.
one was...
I'm questioning your taste currently.
My old one was this.
Oh, you know what? That actually that does look nice because I think the universal chrome finish, very nice.
Yeah, but then I was like uglier, funnier. So Blue Nebula, Plasma Pink, funny.
You admit it's ugly. Good to know.
Oh, I know it's ugly. It's on purpose. Don't worry. It's supposed to be ugly.
Yeah, no.
Just funny.
To be fair, it's not
Bright blue
actually
and bright
as
pink.
terrible as you'd think, but it is just really bright, awful colors.
I have full plasma thing, so I could just do full plasma pink instead.
No.
Full plasma pink.
I'd see, because that actually does look better because it is at least one uniform color.
What I used to have on the R4C was when I actually didn't use just one skin. Yo, Spy, will there be a replay? Replay of what? Replay? What does he mean, replay? Replay? We do not have budget for replays. What? VOD. Oh, VOD? Is VOD going to be up?
The
VOD gonna be up?
VOD will be up.
VOD. I have just been informed by higher ups that the VOD will be up. This is what I used to use. Yeah, they're gonna watch this back and be like, what are they doing? Like mid map.
I assume you want me
This
to
is
link
nice.
the. Do you want me to link the VOD somewhere? Actually, I'll upload the VOD to my. Just so it's easy.
Kinda
That
cool.
is a nice one.
Don't call him higher up. It's like it's washed by a GN.
The live on your. What? Like after the live, you will put the live on.
It's not my account.
I'm trying to comprehend the sentence.
That's
there.
cool.
I'll put the.
Not a replay. Replay.
Yeah, I'll upload
They
the
are
VOD.
French. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, they are French.
Can we FF? Can we FF, please? Like, I actually don't want to cast anymore.
Hello.
I don't want to cast anymore.
Oh.
I put this as a JK.
Yeah, you should.
I don't cast anymore.
You just don't put it. You just
Okay.
leave.
I just leave the custom game.
I mean, it would give you time to fix and add a layer, but if we need to.
But I just like Frenchies confirmed. I only like French Canadians. Like spirits.
I thought you were gonna say like a real man.
The state of this community. The state of this community. I am not the only person. Oh, sorry, what's your thoughts on this skin combo? The Empire and the Red.
I do like
I'm
that
not
one.
a
I
fan.
do like that one a lot. That's clean. I don't think it actually
See, I'm
gets
good
much
at
better.
making. I'm good at making skin combos. We're ready, by the way. Okay, I'm not. I'm busy. I'm doing very important stuff, guys.
Yeah, this is more entertaining than the.
Uniform.
God, you have
It's not
fucking
uniform.
blue nebula on everything. Jesus.
Yeah. Look. Oh, they're ready as well. Oh, I actually have to start the game. Oh, fine. Actually, no. There's one gun I don't have blue. Before we start, there's one gun I don't have blue nebula on.
What on earth
where's
could
IQ?
it possibly? Hi. Oh my god, and you have like a fucking blue and
Oh no,
pink
it's not IQ. So
background
it's
on everything.
Amaru. It's Amaru. It's Amaru. Sorry, it's Amaru. Where's Amaru?
I want to know what the reasoning for this
Racer!
is.
I
Oh.
packed Blue Nebula and I was like, I'm putting Blue Nebula on everything. There was no thought process. Okay, they all are. Maps are right, teams are right, orange, yep, okay, cool.
Nice.
Keep this map a little longer, yeah?
Yeah, it was gonna be a little longer because maybe this could be the map that Flotation Station takes home. You never know. Just rush every attack. Well, you know what they say. If you rush every attack, it's bound to work.
I hope y'all having fun at least. You know what? See, I casted.
The amount of like
Khan and Co
slight
versus-
sass in is so funny.
I casted Khan and Co versus Total Tactics yesterday. You know, two titans of the T3 space.
Yeah.
But you know what? I gotta agree. This game is so much more.
I think that's the fun of T4 is it's always so much more entertaining.
It is. Like you see the same takes, you see the same like methodical clears on T3. It's all like, it's all systematic. It's all like in the same format. But here, it's just anything goes. It's chaotic as hell. But they're trying to do those takes. Though they are trying to do those takes. But then in the end of the day, it just comes down to gun skill, and they just take gunfight, and they take solo gunfights after solo gunfights.
Yeah.
And that's literally what T4 is. It's just solo gunfights, and then trying to do a take that just doesn't work in the end.
Yeah, no, it's T4 is fun because there's a lot more stupid shit that happens. Once you get T3 and above, I think T3 is probably the most boring because nothing much is happening. I think once you're into T2 and T1, you're very much highlighting like something big will happen every round. Like they're at the level where everyone's pretty like competent, and so it is always a big play that changes up the round. T3 is kind of like someone has to mess up for it to go wrong, or someone has to pull off, so you kind of get a little bored watching it. T4 is just fucking don't know what's gonna happen. So what is up, Sid? I don't like that you stopped scrolling through the chat right when it said it washed fire G, but thank you.
Wait, I'm gonna load up your chat on my phone because I don't have it open.
Oh no, I was talking about you scrolling through the chat and like it just says the word washed fire GN right before you like close the chat. I was like, alright, yeah, that's great. So glad you reminded me of that event.
Anyway, on to the actual defense. We'll see the bar gaming bomb site first. No mirror is going to be on the price
Fuck.
night and she is still open. The thing is, I'm surprised about. Blame Esports banned out the Valkyrie. It wasn't Flotation Station. Blame Esports banned out the one thing they love using every. And mirror is available, so surprised they aren't being used. And look at okay, Holy's been first picked. I don't know if he tried the Amara rush, but
Wait,
he's
what do you
dead
mean he's been
already, and
first
that
pick?
sounded like a one tap.
No, you
No,
can
it sounded
see
like
it.
it
You
was a
can
one
see
tap.
it. He got one tapped on the rock.
Oh
Died
my
on
god, you
the
actually could see
fucking
it.
rock.
I actually had such a great cinematic angle for it. That's amazing.
That was actually perfect. You could just see like the top of the screen as he gets clipped. That's funny. Anyways,
I need to
yeah.
watch that back.
Peter's getting picked off as well though, so you know, the 1-for-1. Or it looks like the Izami is fully set up in February.
No, sorry, I've just seen something Chrono and you'll see it soon.
Flipping it. I also love that we just hear Bomai go, "Magnet up!" right before you pan out to very cinematic view. Very interesting take going on here. Obviously, losing the
So
Amara
default,
early round-
outside default cam is still up. Outside default cam is still up.
Is that what the view was? Is that what you were on just now?
Yeah, that was outside default cam.
There's no way. Guys, we are in the grand finals and we're still not shooting default cams. What the fuck is going on? What is the thought process? Pineapple is going to be going down to Kanji though. Kanji's in. Wow, Kanji's in. You know, he's got basically up to piano control. It looks like they have full top floor aside from library. What a wall bang from Rejects onto Asami. Looks like Syria is going to be getting a little bit more aggressive here. They're playing through the footholes. Kanji's for low HP. Finally, a default cam getting shot out. Might be the first one this whole round so far. You know, we got somebody playing over kitchen side. We got a nice cross. I'm sorry, Horton. I did not know. Oh,
that was my noises. I was like, what? What do I see?
Sorry.
But they get the first round!
Sorry.
They got the first round, Free Fire!
Busted.
They did it! Even
Busted
despite losing that first
what a
pick.
shot by Syria.
Syria, to be honest, that wasn't nasty. But despite losing that first pick, the one tap all across onto the rocks, they lock in. They get the refrag because somehow an entry pick cannot be refragged. Don't worry. Default cam was up, Mystic. I don't know if you can be speaking. But they were able to rally Bud, take all the way, because they were given free space. They were given Office, they were given Piano, they were given Master. There was no extension of a roam, really, from Blame Esports, and now we're going to see them adapt to it. You see the mute coming in, of course, playing in Office, putting the mute jammer down, so they're going to be playing more of a forward roam, not allowing them to take that ground quickly, convert it, and I did like the one thing we said between the mid-game. The drones, the information, Flotation Station never got them in, and they got them in. They had a drone and Frost able to get a floor bang, somehow, kill them out, and then just kept drones going forward, make sure they knew exactly where everyone were, killing them out, and eventually weighing it down to a 3v1 that did end up in a trade victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Oh man, dude, I think the one thing you're missing, you were saying the drone led to the floor bang. There was no drone on that Frost when he floor banged him.
No, there was a drone Mez.
Not on the Frost though.
Yeah, the drone was literally on Mez stairs, watching through,
Oh,
so they
okay.
knew he was blue, and they could just about saw that he walked through the door, and then they just predicted he'd be on the doorway.
Okay,
So
okay.
they didn't have active information, but they knew where he was going.
They had enough information. Still impressive either way. A floor bang's always fucking nice to see.
Yeah.
The shot at the end. Syria getting that shot off is crazy. But it looks like we're gonna be seeing a little run back here. Doesn't look like much has honestly changed aside from this Vigil playing a bit more aggressive up here and having barricaded the doors to make sure they can't just walk through. Drones already coming out, obviously, our Vigil. I mean, taking fucking back shots.
What? Huh?
I mean, shots. I don't even want to know what the half was.
I mean, apparently you can pick up a hard breach device while it's detonating.
No, the hard breach device hadn't started detonating because it was muted.
Hold on, I'm gonna show you something.
Oh wait, was it starting to detonate?
Oh, you can't see. Look, this little thing here is where it started detonating. You'll see it soon, but yeah, it literally started detonating as you picked it up.
Wait. Interesting. Maybe early enough into it that you can just go pick it up. That's crazy. That's weird. I don't like that. Also, Kanji making his way all the way up from basement, getting the first free pick. Yeah, a little bit of ignorance towards K9 there. Like, to be fair, you have a guy on slant, you kind of expect someone... Maybe someone should have left office and gone K9 to make sure that doesn't happen, but... Oh, they're getting to it now. But, you know, trade for trade, going off again. Very even man count and HP count, honestly, from both teams here. It looks like they're finally trying to deal with that shield. John 6 not going to be able to get it because of the Womidis. Nobody even playing up at that shield anymore. It looks like they've all kind of passive back. Almost as if they're going to play for a retake. Like, if I'm looking at defense now, it feels like they're kind of giving up sight a little bit. They're waiting for the attacking team to kind of jump in so they can take their position. Which I don't think is a terrible idea. A Mystic giving his location away. Holy getting the pick onto Summer. Looks like we're still getting a bit of an aggressive play from Pineapple, getting the Amaru, having to worry about one more person on blue. Obviously, he has the availability to just rotate around now. Has lower blue, has the advantage here. Mystic has to wonder if he's going to push up or if he pushes into him. Very questionable. Looks like he's going to be pushing him and ignoring him, pushing up here, watching for him in pickle. Reject's getting low as hell. That's defuse in the hands of Deepers. Horton getting it back. Not going to be able to get another pick. Very well played from the defense there.
And I think, again, it comes down to, yes, they faced a little bit of the problems with the information getting gathering, but I think, again, the teamwork was an issue there. You said it perfectly. He maybe played a little bit more ignorance to the K9 position, but someone really should have been helping him out there. Maybe he should have waited to do that lurk when the K9 wall was open, the main office double wall, and then when he makes that lurk, he can't be killed from K9, and then maybe he can also kill his army off K9 and then get another pick on the guy in bar. It's just about timing in this situation. He should have waited like a couple more seconds to get that lurk off. But positives is Flotation Station have gotten it around in the first 2 rounds, which, yes, they did every other map, but it still is a little bit important. Chalet does favor a little bit more to 50-50. We saw the last 2 maps. A Cafe in maybe lower leagues definitely can favor a little bit more towards the attackers, but recently in higher up leagues, it has definitely pushed course to defender-sided. I would say, though, with lower leagues, defense does always seem to be the favored side, just because it's a lot easier to have a defensive strat because you can just play defaults than it is to have an attacking strat. Because playing, even when you're attacking up against a default, it is still hard to just, as an attacking IGL, to be able to make sure you cross your I's, dot the T's, and make sure you know what is the win conditions and where you want to put the diffuser down.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like you said, it is always easier to defend than attack, no matter what side, like what map you're on. Unless they, absolutely fuck a site to the point that it's impossible to defend on. Like, I don't think you're ever gonna really see a balance that well. But yeah, I mean, either way, we are seeing some great play. This is the first map where Flotation Station, like you said, yes, it's 1-1, but Flotation Station won that first round, so the momentum kicked off, may have been paused temporarily, but obviously they can still carry it on. Momentum started, hasn't stopped yet. Let's see if they can at least get up a little bit here. They've taken up all of library as well. I'm curious as to if they're going to go for a half or a full take, though. Obviously this wall is soft, so if they were to go for a half take, they could just go for the bottom wall and right now. They don't have to stress too much. Holy, please do not peek into this angle. It is so obviously a trap. Oh my fucking god. What a ballsy play. Questionable that we are still wasting a thermite to open this upper wall, but I guess more wall open is really a bad thing. Bit of pressure. Still hard to tell if they're going for a full top take or a half take. Setting up that Osa, so I'm guessing it is going to be a half take. Now they are going to have to worry about this Cade here, because I think, yeah, Cade is going to be tricking. And looks like they're going to have to throw a second one. Are they going to get it in time? They are! Wall is going to be open, so already a great attack going off here. Great half take. They're in the position to do whatever they need. They just need a pick, though. There are 2 nitros left on defense. We've got some nades out. We've got the positions. Just need the control.
1 nitro. Cade tried to throw his over the wall. It got EMP'd.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Mhm.
I thought that was a Cade Claw that he shot. That makes sense. Cade's still playing very aggressive against this. Okay. There's a lot of, we're kind of in a at a lull right now, where everyone is like and getting like little pot shots off, but nothing is actually happening. Now there's a solid chance Horton can get in here and plant 2 down for defense. Pineapple and Deeper is getting picked off by Mystic. Once again, Mystic and Kanji, I think, are kind of like the playmakers for this team right now. Mystic getting another, Rejects getting another, and Frags getting Horton to stop the defuse. 6 seconds left. Rejects is getting plant down, 2 down. Kanji has to defend the defuse going down. This is a little risky. Summer is still upstairs. He knows defuse is down. He knows they're both below in sight and around sight now, wondering how much intel he actually has. Dropping Kitchen, going to half wall. Gets the pick onto Reject. Now he just has to worry about Kanji. He knows where he is. Knows the general area. Can he safely defuse, or is he going to be having to juggle around him here? He doesn't know exactly where he is. Kanji, beautiful rotate to Fireplace, getting the pick and getting the round. The momentum is picking back up again for Flotation Station. Already looking better than the last 2 minutes.
They won the round. That's the massive positive. The thing was, the C4 went too early, and then that's what allowed for him. He nearly died to it still, but the C4 went a little bit too early because they never heard the plant sound effect, so they didn't actually kill the thermite outright, and he's then able to get the plant down until K just swung through and got him. But again, there's so many bodies outside breach, refrag is there.
Yeah.
Jaeger was able to somehow power his way out of the top hold, somehow nearly able to stop that plant. My main issue though was with actually the post plant. Thatcher in that situation, for no reason, just starts spraying and praying. And then that situation, Jaeger knows exactly where you are now. Trigger discipline is something that is understated in Siege. Sometimes Thatcher can just stay there, wait for any sound cue of him hitting the bomb, getting closer, and then swing off that. He could just hide and wait, and that's basically what both people should be doing. Just waiting to force Jaeger to go for the defuse. It's like when you're defending, you force the attackers to go for the plant, and that's exactly what attackers should do in a post plant, and they still win the round up because there was 2 men up, but again, little minute details that could cost Flotation Station in future rounds.
No, 100%. Obviously we'll see it as we go through. The Flotation Station tends to adapt pretty slowly, so I think it might be something that does become more apparent as time goes on, but we'll see. Obviously we have 3 more rounds for Station to be attacking here. Curious as to if they're going to be going for a rush. They are all around top or main wall, so you know, looking pretty confidently to be a rush. I think their best play here is to fake the rush, in my personal opinion. I think it's pretty prevalent that that's going to be happening here. The clash.
Doesn't have diffuser.
No way. Thermite, you don't have it. Thermite, you don't have defuse. Oh. What are you guys doing? What the fuck are you guys doing? Bullies up top. There's just so much going on here. Flash is down, which is an amazing pick, but we are down to just Class and Capital left alive here. Capital is playing up top. Okay, Pineapple getting taken out by Mystic. What a spin back. Mystic. Mystic is gonna get the second pick though onto the Bandit lurking up behind him. Is the 2-2. Obviously, playing against a Glaz, the 50-50 on what's going to happen here. Glaz is getting some nice intel, though. He knows that guy is at the bottom of staircase. Is it enough intel for Capital to do something, though? It is! Araya's going to get picked off. They can play together. They don't know where Zani is, but I think they have a general idea. Glaz is firing into him. Not the best operator to be trying to pre-fire though. Going down, play together, man. What the fuck are you doing? Summer's gonna be able to get the 2 because we're giving free 1s to him. Either push together or have somebody hold. But that was a beautiful shot by Summers. Either way, putting a stop to Flotation Station's momentum once again. We are kind of going into a 1-for-1 round. As you were saying, infinite overtime. This is going 1-for-1. This could be the game that lasts a while until somebody breaks that momentum.
It could be the game that pushes the foes, and I think the Capital did his best. Mystic, I'm done. Tried his hardest to keep that round in his favor. Got the pick on the guy K9, got the pick on the guy walking down Blue Hill, and then the information from the drone got the pick onto the Cade. You're thinking, they've gone all this way. They can finally do it. They can win out this 2v1.
Yeah.
No. Like you said perfectly, they don't play as a team in that final couple moments. They should swing together, or what I would have liked to seen was Glass at diffuser. If he just baits the plant, maybe, in the corner where Azime will have to full-on swing, then what Capital should do is, instead of holding the angle, bait the swing out, and then as soon as you see, oh, Azami's killed Glass, swing, kill him. They cannot flick that far out to kill you instantly. Yes, you're low, but baiting, I think it was said by Pengu, baiting a cover is actually a lot better than holding the cover because he cannot kill both of you.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like 110%, I agree. There were a lot of ways I could have gone. I think no matter what, we have to say pushing for that kill one-on-one was sold around there. Also, I'm just going to say, if there was already going to be a round for them to rush, this would have been the perfect round. Nobody was in sight for a solid little bit there, and it looks like nobody's still... Oh, there's the 2 people in sight now, but it's like there was some very open potential for someone to walk through. Anyways, got the yellow roaming a little bit, getting back to sight now, still with a Gersmod in pocket. Kanji seems to be dumping his mag into something here. But you know, Flotation Station's got a decent amount of control. They're slowly taking over all the way through piano side. Pretty default take. I think wanted to. He has to probably get a nice nitro kill into office here. Still questioning why Blame decided to get rid of the Valk on this map. I think that would have been very strong for them. Oh, hey, well my fault. Yeah, what a shot from Pineapple. Playing that shield like a madman, standing up on it, still getting the pick onto Kanji, even against the ACOG. Hell yeah, dude, what the fuck. If that works, it works. We're going to be seeing the fire going off onto the shield here, and Mystic is making his way through, not really clearing blue. So I'm going to be getting the pick onto Mystic, though. They haven't really cleared him out of library. I'm really hoping maybe they work together to clear him out, though. We've got one guy playing a little bit deeper, or a little bit closer up on these head holes. I think if they just coordinate, push up against him, they can probably kill him. Orton's trying to jump in K9, dying to the... Oh, somebody is solo pushing against the Asami that we still know is in there. Holy's going to end up having to push him and finally kill him down, or get him down, and Pineapple's going to kill the guy on blue. Once again, we're just seeing so much solo pushing. Just push in where you know your team is and where they are safe. Play off your team members. You know there is somebody deep library. Coordinate with someone. Work together with someone to get the kill. Don't just solo push.
I think another issue. It seemed like as soon as Wamai gets that first pick onto the Ashe, which it seemed like Ashe maybe also overpeaked themselves, it felt like panic stations. Instantly, they switched from flotation station to that panic station, and they didn't know what to do. They literally were just running around aimlessly like headless chickens, trying to find any opening they could, and like you said, just not as a team. Tried to, every single time, each player tried to find an individual gap, tried to play the heroics, didn't work out in their favor, and they gave the Azami one after one after one, and Summer is the player right now on Blame Esports that is picking up the slack and peaking them inside this game, because I would say Blame Esports, they definitely don't look as dominating or as strong on this map as they did as the other two maps.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. They're not as, like... They don't have that exact same... I mean, we can't really just put it up to Blame. This could also just be Flotation Stations playing a little bit better on Chalet. I think most players tend to be more comfortable on maps like Chalet and Clubhouse, because it gives a bit more leeway. But I think because of that, yeah, as you're saying, Blame doesn't have that domineering presence.
X-factor.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Once again, we are still within that one round advantage range. We'll see if Flotation Station's able to end off with a 3-3 here. But we are going back down to Kitchen. I assume we're going to be seeing a little bit more from Blame getting ready. What the fuck is happening to this hatch, bro? There we go. I think that took probably 2, maybe 3 mags from the TCSG to break, which is insane. This is one of the interesting things, is they give up a lot of control to the attackers here. Like, they gave up all of library very, very early on. What the fuck are you peeking? I don't understand this. You have a shield. Put your shield up in front of your face before you peek that angle. It is the same thing I was saying when Holy was like careless enough to peek that angle, because all it takes is one person holding it, and you lose. Because that is just a very obvious bait angle for someone to peek into and get a nice little one tap from across the map. We're also going to be seeing beautiful K-trick this time. Finally. I think that does fall into the Thatcher, though, honestly. I think he threw his Thatcher a little bit too late.
Jordan, that wasn't a K-trick. He threw the C4 at the ceiling and blew it up, and that's destroyed the thermite charge.
Is that what got it?
It was either an impact or... I think it may have been an impact, but it was either an impact or a C4, because the electric didn't come on yet. It was an explosive.
That's so much funnier. I thought the electric came on for like just a second before that extra Thatcher came out. That is so much worse for them. But Mystic is going to be taking a pick here, and looks like they're going to have to switch to a full top clear. Jesus, yeah, that is really, really awkward for the attackers there to let that happen. Reject's just going to fucking floor holes getting shot out below him. Please watch the hatch when you're walking through that rotate, Rejects. You don't know who's below that, but they do have a lot of top floor presence now. They haven't cleared this guy out of solar DP. Still gonna get the pick though. And they're all back in sight. Summer's gonna get taken down by Horde. What the fuck? Okay. Sorry, this round is kind of just pure chaos going on here. Frags is gonna be getting them to pick onto Anji. Or, sorry, onto Rejects, I believe. And honestly, defense is still in a really good position because the attackers are still scared of flanks. 15 seconds left. They have to drop and go for a plant here. I don't think Mystic knows there's a guy blue. They're dropping for plant with no knowledge of where this zombie is. Zombie's gonna PCSG, so K's gonna be getting the pick onto Holy. Deeper's killing Horton. Mystic is way too far to be found. And that is gonna be round. Looks like they're gonna be ending with a 4-2 split. Or Flame once again. Here we go. I didn't forget the team because I'm a professional caster.
Positives. That's better than Flotation Station has had any other splits so far. They have had 5-1, 5-1, both other maps. So
Yeah,
maybe that extra round can keep them having a little bit of a foothold. An issue in that round is them, one, not being prepared for stuff. He swung the hatch on ADS, Cade gets a free pick. Second part is Cade then walks through the rotate, and he is sitting on a soft wall. Not only a soft wall, but a default wall that people sit on. You literally, every normal player will spray that wall to hope for a free pick, and that's just not what they do. They're not ready, they're not prepared, and it doesn't feel like they're mentally in it right now. Let's see the switch of scenery, the switch onto defense, can maybe help them just come back together. They also didn't seem to play as a defense, or as a team. It seemed like they knew someone was Mez area.
Yeah.
But even so, Osa should not go hunt him down. You now know there's a 3v2 on site, you take the 3v2. You take the 3v2 on site, you then get the plant down because there's only 15 seconds left. You need to be able to coordinate as a team and just make sure you're able to then get that plant down and execute correctly onto the bomb.
I'm going to be honest. This might be a very hot take. I think it really does come out to Thermite there. I think, one, you should not be Thermiting that top floor wall. I think since their left wall is completely soft, and that is the one that you would be playing off of anyways, no matter how you open the wall. Just have some soft breach, which I would hope your team is bringing a form of soft breach to deal with, which I don't think they actually did have, aside from the shotgun and gridlock. But that's what they should have had to deal with it. And even if you're going to do that, crouch to open that lower wall. It's very obvious they have the holes to potentially impact or nitro trick the wall. Crouch and place that thermite, and you do not have to worry about that at all. And yet, you know, I can't blame them. This is T4. These are mistakes that will be made very often. These are mistakes that are made in higher leagues as well. But I will still point them out. There are very much ways to prevent things like that from happening. Also, Holy, if somebody goes library window right now, you're dead. I hope he's aware. All it takes is one. They've droned him out twice and he hasn't moved.
But no one seems to want to go to that window. But they have got... Okay, hold on, wait a second. You'll see this soon.
Wait, why are there two people just sitting in West Main or walking on West Main? Okay, what is this flank? Hello? Okay. Deeper is, yeah, you're obviously going to be getting the two. Look. Yo, I'm going to be honest. I have lost a lot of faith in Flotation Station for that round. They could still win out this round. There's still the potential. What a double flank. What a shot from Holy. Honestly, that was a really nice shot. We're getting the guy on slant, killing them off. They have still held their ground very well. Only a minute left already. Ash is finally just opening the K9 wall, and Holy's going to be unfortunately caught off guard by that guy upside down repel on K9. That is a repel that you always have to worry about. You gotta be very aware of it. Mystic trying to get the Ash. Might be getting himself up. No, just not enough. Not in a good enough position to stop it. Important getting Summer, though. Gordon's still not in a bad position. He's still in sight, but he's going to get picked off by the guy 45. That is going to be the round, and 5-2 for Flame.
And another time, again, what are they going to be speaking about? Who is going to be that vocal leader? A lot of it's got to be... One, there's no point. That flank is so pointless. They don't have any space. They haven't really pushed your players out blue yet. And I think when you go for a flank, you've got to make sure they're doing something. And if it's a 5-5, especially if it's 5-5, you've got to make sure they're doing something. Because you know, if it's a downtime for the attack, they're going to be watching those flank drones. Because they obviously are doing something, and that's what they're doing. They're on the flank drones, waiting for you to overstep, and just play your cards wrong, and that's exactly what PlayStation Station did. As soon as they hit the go button, as soon as they opened the wall, tried to start going for that flank, or going for that execute, going for the just discouragement of blue, that's when you go for that flank, that's when you go for the double flank. It's just bad timing coming out from Flotation Station, which comes with lack of experience, I think.
No, 100%. Like, what the fuck are you doing? First of all, a double flank. Really? In this state of, like, this early in the game, we're hitting a fucking double flank. Obviously there's somebody watching. Nothing's been executed. Nothing going on the field. You're kind of just going for a fucking flank for the sake of going for a flank. Second all, there is a drone on you. It was not a hidden drone. That shit was in the middle of fucking West Main. And I'm not 100% sure if they shot it. But if they did, I think the best option is shoot it and back the fuck out, like most people would do. You are shooting a drone, you're backing off. They don't know if you're backed off. So they're probably still watching it. That is now a man you don't have to worry about on the back line while you rotate back to site. Either way, you know, that was a round. That happened. Witnessed some interesting events. The whole of Blame has switched what attack they're going for, by the way. If you look, every single one of them has switched their attacking character, which is very interesting.
Mark?
It looks like a rush setup, and I think they definitely saw a gap and completely switched their setup to go to, and I think that's awesome. That is something I've been loving Blame, because they are adapting so well. Once again, I feel bad. I'm friends with the people at Flotation Station. I want them to win. Blame is playing really good. They are playing well.
Yeah, the adaptation, it just seems like they have the overall more skill currently in the lobby, but there is still an opportunity for Flotation Station to really take the game back under their control. The nade goes out to make sure there's nothing on the window. We're going to see if these are the go signs, and uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right. Why are you playing on a fucking throne hole? Oh my god. What the actual fuck? This is T4, right?
Yes.
Not T5? Just there?
Well, it could be. It could be T5 to be fair.
Because, wow, yeah, that is that's a tough one. Anyways, Horton is going to be getting taken out for that. That's really brutal, man. It's also, I'm really glad to see the Mystic playing in this corner with Scopos. Plant is already going down. Mystic, what the fuck are you doing? I know you're fired off. You are Scopos. Switch to your characters. Switch your drone. We are letting the plant go down for Y. And we cannot be letting this guy get a kill. Okay, at least one's down. We are in a position, but they are in a position to retake. Monty's down just outside breach. King is probably going to be playing aggressive here to stop it. Wow, that was a lot in 1 second. A lot of picks just went off. Trade for trade for trade. Guy jumping out of the window. Didn't go for the Monty, he probably would have died. Him shooting the Monty at the end instead of the guy standing up, I think is what lost them the round there. Very fucking close, obviously. I think it's just a fortunate offense that led to that, and obviously Blame saw the gap that was kind of left in their whole setup. Was able to capitalize off that really easily. I want to say Mystic really should have switched Scopos. I don't actually know how far his other Scopos was, but
it was in wine. It was in wine cellar, so
yeah,
I don't know what
okay.
helped much.
No, it definitely would have helped. Okay, that was definitely more of a in the moment. What are you doing? But I think there are still like would have made holes in the floor to try and stop the Monty from jumping out, as opposed to waiting for the fire. Like there are still light things you could have done there. But at the end of the day, that was a rush they were very unprepared for. Kill took place, that is the round, and it is now match point and map point for Blame Force, because we should be adding a second counter to the very top left there, because Blame has won 2 maps already. I just noticed.
Yeah, whatever. Blame production. I'm not production. I am production. Blame production.
I'm blaming production.
Yeah, blame production. What was I gonna say was the reason they're able to also, it seems like, to adapt so quickly is because I think their prep drones are just so good. They're able to always figure out what they can do, adapt to, and then be able to create such a great situation. Also, it would be funny if they now rush again, because I did say if you want the game to go rush every single round. So it'd be funny if they did rush now, because and they would be seen there listening to me.
It is really
And they
funny.
are going to get main break,
It
so
does
there's a
look like
possibility
there
for
is a
them to.
very high possibility they could just rush you. It's gonna happen. They're playing very carefully out here. Obviously, Horton is very ready to just kind of brick this wall as it goes out. He's very aware that his impact Thatchers, or impact EMPs as opposed to actual Thatcher, so he's not as worried about trying to trick it. He's very able to play a bit more proactive. What a peek from Mystic. Mystic is getting very bold here. I always forget that Sens can turn his gadget on and off now, and it throws me off a lot. Oh, that is rough timing. Cade is just able to get the trick off. There's only one Thermite left on the field. Is he going to be able to trick it in time? I actually don't think so. I think that's going to be wall open. Yet wall's open now. The Sens are going to go off. This is very tough. Mystic is going to, or Pineapple's going to be going down to Holy. There's a lot of people out of position here, I feel. We have a lot of presence top floor. Worrying about this one fucking player top floor. I think, honestly, if they just start to ignore him, kind of rotate back to site, or play into him, Holy going down to Deepers, Dokkaebi is now in a position to take top control or rotate around. He does have to worry about the guy Kitchen, though. They don't seem to be as worried about the main breach, which is interesting. Obviously, there's a lot going on there, but also a lot you don't need to worry about because Cade has the calls. They do seem to be playing off each other pretty well. Summer is just on main stairs, though. I'm really hoping that we've gotten the call out from, or Kanji's gotten the call out. They know he's downed, actually. Downed on main stairs. Look upper main, though, Kanji. You need the call that he's... Oh, he's not down. He's prone. Okay, so yeah, there's one lower main stairs, and it doesn't seem they're aware. Plant is going to be going down behind Trash Can. Going down to Horton. Looking really good for Flotation Station. They know, I believe, one is on main stairs. They're aware, at least somewhat. They're in the position to hold. Deepers is going to be going down to the Cade as well from the Vert, and then Horton is going to be getting, or Rejects is going to be picking off Zarya. That was a bit of a chaotic round, I'm not going to lie. A lot of shit going on. Everyone's kind of running around that whole time. I think this kind of falls into what you were saying about T4, where it was everyone is playing for one. There was not an ounce of util usage after the wall was opened.
I think it also comes down, especially that round, the fact that the wall took so long to open, they then had very little time to really figure out what to execute. And when they figured out that there's guys upstairs, they took them out, and again, it came down to like 30 seconds left to get the execute, then they missed a lot of chances. They missed a chance to kill the Mozzie, missed a chance to kill the Cade, missed a chance to even open the wall for a while. And also, a little fun fact, the shot that the Cade hit, you will not be able to do in Siege X, because they have added a little bit of metal between the trash can,
yes.
and you will not be able to shoot through it anymore. So, for now, Horton gets that kill. In Siege X, that plant actually goes down, and there may not be a situation where we're still in the game, and Blame Esports may all be champions, but we're still in the live build, we're not in Siege X just at this moment, and Flotation Station, they're still alive, they're still trying to float, but can they float to a full-on comeback? Or is it too little, too late for them to come back, start grinding, and is the hill too high to climb?
Now, I might be being a little bit optimistic for the side of Flotation Station here, but, you know what they say about spring, right? It's floating season.
No. It is
floating season.
It's nearly summer, to be fair, so they've got to be doing it quickly.
That's exactly why. They're running out of time. Blame is capitalizing on the fact that floating season is starting to end, and they got to capitalize on it. They got to start to float. They need to be more coordinated. We are not seeing it. We are not seeing enough of it, at least. Last round, they were relatively coordinated until it kind of all went to shit once again. I think there's just a lot of, when one person dies, they get very hectic. Like you were saying, they turn into panic station. Also, the Twitch drone is coming out here. I'm not sure if Cade, or not Cade, is looking for them. Obviously, the Meat Jammer is going to be helping. Gridlock is walking up on piano here. I don't want to know what you said wait for. I'm scared. They have Ivy Cam up, which is very... Osa and Gridlock with Ivy Cam up on the Mystic is going to be pushing up, it looks like, getting the kill. There goes one. Thatcher jumping in top blue as well. They know two are up top. They have the eyes. They have Ivy Cam. They don't have to worry as much about piano side anymore. Things are looking good. This could be potential. Oh, Rejects has a Nitro. That's really rough. Looks like main wall is going to be opened. Popping the hatch is a good idea. I'd say it's a better idea if you have a Nitro. You can play for the Nitro on post plant. Pineapple playing prone on the footholds, getting a nice pick onto Horton. Deep in kitchen. Rejects with this nice vert, actually. I'm sorry I did not know your game like that. This is beautiful. Okay, now we're giving away our location. What the fuck are you doing, Horton? Play a little more passive. You had eyes to just watch for the feed. I'd say keep holding that bit. You did not need to make another hole. But you know what? Can't go back. Blame is in the position to try and get a plant off potentially. I'd say they probably want to get another pick just to guarantee. But they do have everyone in position. They just need to make sure there are no nitros left on the field, and I don't think they're aware that there aren't. Rejects is back into position. No. Stop! Stop making the extrovert. You've let him get through. You let him walk through because you didn't want to keep holding that angle. But Defuse is down. Pineapple and Summer are the last two on field, and we're getting a nice flank from Mystic going on, shooting the guy in 45, going down. Pineapple is just playing 45 with 15 seconds left. All he's going to have to do is get the plant down. No nitro left on field, but Rejects and Holy are definitely in position to just kind of walk up on him. Yes, he also shield up. Going to be able to start to shut down Rejects. They are stopping the plant from going down. No matter what happens, not enough time for him to kill both, and we get the round for Flotation Station. They are keeping it in the game. It is comeback season as well as floating season. And
don't call it a comeback. Can they get it done? So far, they've been able to win 2 of the bomb sites, but they still have to maybe try and dibble their hands in the bar gaming, which went so poorly for them. I'm surprised they're going there again. I'm surprised they're not maybe trying the top floor bomb site, which could definitely favor their hands. We haven't seen it all game, I don't think. I think it's a.
I think that is one of them.
Correctly, it can be strong. I think if you play it correctly,
Yes.
It can be strong. Which maybe for this level, it's asking a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think that's where you're correct the most, is at this level it is very much that fear of, this is the worst bomb site, I don't want to try it. But I think that also is at the level of what mining was on Cafe for the longest time until recently. Like we saw last game, they started playing mining. Up until maybe like a few months ago, mining was the absolute do not touch, make sure you don't touch it, until people started to realize after watching like T1, hey, this can be used, let's just copy what they did. And then it becomes viable. And top floor is just not something you really see, at least efficiently played, to the point where people are going to be like, hey, let's competitive. And I think you will get teams that play it, but it's not intelligently played. It is played because they play ranked, and they know, oh, when I play rank, I go top floor first. You know?
Talking about ranked, this is something you don't see in ranked, but zero drone shot. The drone economy for Blame Esports has been great every single attacking round, and the fact they've been able to get, apart from then, they were able to get all 5 pre-post drones available and ready for them to start going into the activate. Normally, those 2 drones you just got shot would have been the extra drones they had available, but they've just been shot afterwards, and now we're looking to get into the round here.
Yep, we're finally getting into it. They're starting to drone out. Pineapple is going to be getting a pick onto Rejects, and so this round is starting to really pick up here. Flotation Station is already down a person, obviously not what you want to see when you are also down 2 rounds. Beautiful Thatcher grenades going out here, stopping the my disc from popping up. The second, okay, this is my hot take. The second one is questionable. I don't think you need a second Thatcher grenade, but I guess in case another my disc comes out, makes sense. Grenade catching it, grenade catching the shield and the Azami gadget. Call it Azami gadget? I don't call it. Oh. But yeah, we got somebody on K9 upside down, K9 repel. Everyone's kind of just in position for what the fuck. Okay, Frags is just gonna be shooting to destroy the Kiba barrier and killing Holy in the process. I think that kind of falls into I think that really does fall into wanted to get a kill and died doing it. It's not a bad idea. If he could have got the pick, that could have turned out really well. Same with Kanji. If get the pick, that turns out really well, but unfortunately it is just getting into them. We're giving ones again. They have top floor control in a 6-4 position. This is still very winnable for flotation. Fortunately, it's not going to be winnable. Zeria and Pineapple closing it out. That is G. Blame played phenomenally. Flotation did play very well as well. Obviously, they didn't get as many rounds as they probably wanted to. Slight errors. I think both teams played great at the end of the day. Obviously, as Instead would say, I probably casted very judgmentally. It is partially because I know the people, and I think feedback is the main thing of having someone cast you, point out the mistakes that are very obviously made, because those are the things that anyway, the fucking phenomenal. Unfortunately, we don't get to go to Lair. Too bad you didn't have to rehost to add Lair into the map pool.
Yeah, I have to rehost.
Switch this to my face. Wait,
Yeah, because
wait. You know what? This still blocks out the. This still.
Chris Garsing is hella judgmental.
No, on God it was. Wait.
I mean, it's truthful.
This still covers up the URL. We're good.
I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. Like.
I mean, true.
It's still though, you know. Don't go to my Twitch channel.
Yeah,
Twitch channel,
I don't. Don't worry. I don't think they can see it amongst all these beautiful signs.
I think I finally updated it, so Blame won the whole thing. I think.
I think I might play it. I'm getting the.
But you gotta reset with a without a delay on. You're streaming it.
Oh, mate, should I? Yeah.
Congratulations to Blame Esports before the stream has ended. They
Beautiful
joined an illustrious list of people like Exa, Jake Siege Allen, Retro Booming, Nash. They're the only people I know. I think Soapy's also won. It's like Eli may have won
Retro
it.
Booming.
Retro Booming. He beat us in the final. He beat us in the.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
No, he beat us. So that is sadly, Holy in terms of GNL finals, he is 0-2, and do you know how he is on map counts? 0-6. No, technically 0-5, because he didn't play the first minute of last
Why
series.
are we calling out Ole? This sounds so mean.
Because he needs to come back and finally win it. It's his redemption arc next season. Come on, you make the final again, win the final next year. It's third time lucky, you know?
Holy did say something to me before this GNL game. I'm hoping it isn't true. Hoping this isn't his last season comp. We'll see how it goes though. I have faith in you, Holy. Gotta keep it up. Everyone on Flotation Station, once again, you didn't play bad. You still played well, you still made it to Grand Finals. Still are in it. Well, sorry, you're not in GNL anymore, but you're still together as a team. Don't let this get to you. Things like this happen. Obviously, a team perfect. Just gotta keep playing, keep it up, keep the work going, play some more seed, work on the errors that you during this, work on your adaptability a bit more is the biggest thing I'll say. Damn, you guys didn't do terrible. You guys still made it to finals. Fucking going. That's the biggest thing is I think people like even a small tournament and then get fucking super dejected and just say I don't want to play. Or I don't want to play company. I can't imagine who would ever like some tournament and then say they don't want to play competitive and give up. That would be really weird. But
yeah, it's gonna be you, got it.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Be like JJ. JJ lost everything for like a majority of like 5 years, and now he's just made team. Like, come on. That's how everyone should. Also, JJ is who everyone should look up to. Honestly, JJ is the beast, and everyone should look up to him, and everyone should. Yeah, JJ's the beast.
Real.
GG's. There you go. Put GG's in the chat as well.
Yeah, but okay. So I will end stream. There will be 3 more minutes of me talking.